Hello, and welcome to me pressing all the wrong buttons on my stream deck. Hello, welcome to Fun Shots Episode 1, aka Episode 1 of Ryoko Seo, Travel. This is going to be a Ryutama game featuring the other lovely faces you see on the screen around me. And before we get too much into what all that means, let's just do some introductions, go around and say who we are, what we do on the internet, what your favorite sweater is. And let's start with you, Summer.
Oh, okay. Hi, I am Summer. I run Off the Table here on Twitch. We play a bunch of different games. We're running seven different systems right now, but we're getting ready to run even more than that because I have no chill.
It's true.
I'm gonna be. Do you want me to introduce my character? I'm sorry if you said that.
No, we'll do that in fiction.
And my favorite sweater is this sweater that I got through my work. That is like huge and cozy. It was just like an extra. We do custom apparel, so I get free stuff all the time. But it's
Sweet.
like an XXL sweater, and I wear it consistently, and it's so good.
Awesome. And Jess?
Sure. I'm Jessica, or Jess, or Joe, if you prefer. I answer to all of those things. I am Little Cup of Joe on Twitter. I am a designer, voice actor, illustrator, and GM. Not necessarily in that order. Usually on the internets, you can find me doing VO things and drawing and stuff. And I run The Wishmakers, a different, a D&D 5e fairy tale mashup-y kind of thing. And I think that's about it. My favorite sweater is a super cushy, nice chenille sweater I bought like last winter at Costco. It's just really comfortable, okay?
Of course Costco has comfy sweaters. Because Costco can do no wrong.
I love it.
And last, but certainly not least, Joel.
Hi there, I'm Joel, or you can call me Jolie or Leo. All of them work. I'm Jolie Olio on Twitter.
It's impossible to spell. You can see it right beneath his face.
Apparently, it's very difficult to spell. I am also on another show on every other Monday on the channel Fable Tales, which is run by Nox Noctua. And Dylan is also on that show with me, and we're playing Dungeon World, which is super fun. I also do my own channel called Pen and Paper Pals, which will be on the opposite Mondays to Fable Tales, and we're starting that on this Monday at 5:30. I also compose music and sometimes make my own art for stuff like overlays and things for my streams, and I'm super excited to play some role-playing games with you guys.
Awesome. And what's your favorite sweater? Yeah.
I have this big fuzzy white cable knit sweater that I love. It's awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I wear it too much. So
fantastic. And I'm Dylan. This is my channel that you're on right now. Probably. I am also a graphic designer. I am not an illustrator, though I like to pretend I am sometimes. I do fantasy cartography, I GM stuff, I play video games here on Twitch, I do a lot of stuff. But most importantly, I think for today, I am the game master for this game. I am the Ryujin. And my favorite sweater is actually right next to me. I have a bunch of different like hoodies and sweatshirts and whatnot because I like nerdy apparel that keeps me warm here in San Francisco. But specifically, this big ass pullover hoodie, Hyrule University, is one of my favorites. It's super comfy and it's like hecka baggy on me. And so when I'm just like having
the best way to wear a sweater,
having a me day and I want to be a little toastier, I just pull that on with the hood up and like sink into my chair. So good.
Nice.
So good. And yes, I will also point out there are cats on this stream that you can see in the background of some of these cameras. This is a selling point to tell your friends.
Secret cats.
Yeah, this is actually a cat stream. That's the entire reason I had Summer and Jess on here is because I knew they would bring the cats and thus the viewers. So let's talk a little bit about the game we're going to be running. The game we're running is called Ryutama. It is a game from Japan designed by Atsuhiro Okada and translated and released by Kotodama Heavy Industries, which I see now I have misspelled in my overlay. Good job, Dylan. How did I even spell it that way? What the hell?
3 a.m.
Well,
perhaps?
maybe I'll fix that in post. We'll see if I remember. It's a very interesting game. It's been lovingly described as Hayao Miyazaki's Oregon Trail, which I think is the cutest and also most accurate, 4-word description of a game I've ever heard. It's different from a lot of classic Western RPGs in that the focus is less on combat and tactical crunch and more on travel, narration of mechanical effects, and strategy. So if you're not a game design nerd like I am, the difference between tactics and strategy won't matter to you, but there is one. So you're welcome for that information. The other big thing is that there's a GM PC built into the mechanics of the game. I have a character that is in the game who is a dragon that is following the players around, cataloging their journey so that I can feed that story to one of the seasonal dragons. We'll see how much I end up having to intervene or show up, but that is a thing, so don't be surprised if all of a sudden I'm playing a character that isn't exactly an NPC and has power. Some of that is DM bullshit is codified into the game. I have points that I can spend to do crazy shit like reverse time, fast forward time, decides that something is a crit, success or fail, one of those. So this is not just me being an asshole if it comes up. It's part of the character and the design of the
How
game.
the game works, okay?
So we won't go too deep into the mechanics now. We'll just talk about them as they come up. But I think that's enough intro for now. Are we ready to go on a journey?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our story begins in a town, or rather a city, called the City of Snow. A chill early morning breeze nips at your nose, offset by the sweet smell of the warm, fresh-baked bread in your hands. The three of you stand encircled by a murmuring crowd at the base of the Temple to Winter as Priestess Brunhilde descends the stairs toward you, carrying a small lacquer box. I'm going to move us over to here. And as things load in, let's go in order and describe some characters, starting with you, Summer. So we see you standing in the middle of this circle of townsfolk. Please describe your sweet character.
My tiny angel.
Yes.
She is small. But she's very strong. She's kind of bouncing from foot to foot. She's wearing these adorable little boots with all of her fluff. Her hair is just a wild tangled mess with little bits of hay and grass in it. And her red cloak, which she's kind of got draped over her shoulders, is spotted in little bits of fluff and wool from the sheep that she herds. And she is visibly very, very excited.
Are your sheep with you?
I think at least one of them is. Probably Giddy is with her.
Okay.
It's her riding sheep.
Mm-hmm.
But No was not allowed here. Too many people, and No bites people, so No had to wait. No had to wait with the other sheep.
No.
All right. And standing next to you and perhaps a little behind is a young gentleman. Jess, could you describe your character, please?
Sure. So my character is a average, on the short side of average, young boy of about 16 or so, dressed in warm, well-made blue winter clothing in different shades of blue. He's got nicely combed light blue hair and kind of a cool sort of gaze. He's looking around like he's a little bit bored or, interested, but not trying to look that interested. He's trying to play it cool. And he's kind of got a book clutched under one arm, and he's just sort of looking around.
Awesome. And finally, Joel, your character standing behind the both of them, perhaps towering over a bit. Would you please describe yourself?
Sure. My character Hecla is a very large woman. I think we said like about 6 feet tall, and she's just she's a big, strong lady. You said we're standing in a crowd, right?
Yeah. There's like a space given around you.
I imagine that people would give Hecla an even wider berth, knowing how clumsy and disastrous she can be when she moves about.
Okay.
And she's watching this priestess come down the stairs, and she just has this sort of steely gaze just following the priestess walking down. And I think Mumu, her snowy white bison, is also close by as well, sort of like doing a couple little like huffs standing behind her.
I love it.
And she's just focused.
The priestess reaches the bottom of the stairs, and she walks up to you, Lamb, and holding the box, she says, "The three of you have been chosen by the yearly contest to carry this box and the amulet of seasons within it." She's starting to address the crowd now as well. "You will carry this amulet to the City of Blossoms, where it will be enshrined in the Temple of Spring, that we all may benefit from the coming of spring and the end of winter." And she carefully holds out the box to you.
To me.
Yeah.
Lamb, like, she tries to stand still long enough to like reach out and take it very carefully, and just kind of holds it and is looking at it with like the widest eyes, and she's just clutching it, and she's like, we'll take really good care of it, I promise."
I'm sure you will. She turns to each of you and bows just a little bit. "The blessings of all the seasons, all the dragons, and all of us gathered here go with you." And like the crowd cheers, and this group comes out of the crowd as these like short, probably like, I don't know, mule height, old men with these like huge scruffy beards and these like terrible patched clothes, and like shepherd's cooks and whatnot come out and all gather around Lamb and like start hugging you and like patting your head. "I'm so excited for you, our little Lamb. I can't. Oh, of all of the people. Oh." And there's like this. There's this gaggle, and then finally one of them like steps back with his like his hands on your shoulders. He says, "Lamb, our darling Lamb, none of us could be more proud of you than we are on this day. And like a single tear rolls down his cheek and into his beard.
Don't cry, Pappy.
Always remember, Lamb, it's not the cloak, but the warmth from within you that drives away the cold." And he gives you like a kiss on your forehead. And like trying to keep the tears in, he's like, okay, you can. And he like turns back to the group, and all of them like hug each other and start. What do you do?
She's just going around and patting all of them and like drying their tears and saying, "Don't worry, I'll be back. I'm not going away forever."
Our little lambs are all grown up.
"I'll be back and I'll bring you all something really nice."
And I think at the edge of the crowd, we see several young women who all just sort of like wave at Mule. I think are there 3 of them?
There's like 4 of them.
Oh god, 4. Okay.
2 are twins.
Yeah, so
kind of 3.
So there are 4 of these young women of varying ages waving at Mule, and they all look like vaguely similar to him. They've got like the blue hair and Mule, hey, Mule, hey, don't fall into a glacier.
Seriously?
Did you pack a lunch?
I'll be fine. Thanks.
Hey, wait, and one of them like runs up and like licks her thumb and rubs like your cheek. Here, you can't go out on the road looking like that. Here, here we go.
Fine. I took a bath this morning. Jeez.
Clearly, you should have done a better job.
Oh, it's gonna be so nice getting away from all of you guys.
Oh, you're gonna miss us.
Whatever. Take care of Dad.
Yeah, we'll do that. It's fine. Everything will be fine while you're gone. We promise. The house will be fine.
I don't. Neil doesn't really look like he believes that.
The 4 of them all put on the exact same smile.
Yeah, right. Well, it's not like it's going to take that long anyway. I mean, we've got it handled. Looking slightly doubtful at his 2 compatriots on this journey.
Lamb is just
saying
jumping
nothing.
up and down in the group. Like, yay!
We'll be fine. We'll be okay. Anyway, we should get going, so I'll see you when we get back. Trying to edge back to the other
Yeah.
side of Lamb and her gaggle to get away from them.
Hecla, you're a bit of an outsider here. This is not your town. You are from elsewhere. And so there's no one to like see you off, really. People are cheering about the group, but whereas Mule and Lamb are getting specific affirmations from people that they know, no one is really acknowledging you specifically. How are you taking to all of this?
I think at this point Hecla's used to being the outsider here in the City of Snow, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think she's used to it, and I think she sort of stares out in the general direction of the City of Blossoms, across the sort of snowy plains, and she's got that steely gaze in her eyes, and there's that cold wind sort of pushing at her big bushy mane of black hair. And she goes, "Well, Moo Moo, looks like it's me and you. We're gonna have to take care of these 2 brats too, I guess, while we're on our journey. Let's just make sure to look out for each other, okay?" And then I think she looks over and notices that Moo Moo's like not even paying attention. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say Moo Moo like turns around and goes to chew on like a rope attached to a flagpole.
Oh no.
and I think Hecla goes to sort of smack Moo Moo's like behind to be like, hey, don't, you're gonna get us in trouble. And sort of smacks Moo Moo on the butt, basically. And not knowing her strength kind of actually knocks Moo Moo a little bit.
Yeah, he like
off
takes
kilter.
a step to the side,
Yeah.
turns around and just gives you the dirtiest look, and then reaches over while maintaining eye contact and
Hecla,
nibbles
like,
on the rope.
Hecla like returns the stare right back. Like, if you're gonna have a staring contest with me, you're not gonna win this. And it does that sort of like anime thing where the background becomes blank. There's like just like
Yeah. Just their eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from our viewpoint, there's like lightning going between them.
Yeah, I think we zoom out to Lamb and Mule looking over with this like, are you guys okay? And it's like Chibi Moo Moo, Chibi Hecla with the like in between them.
Yeah, having the stare off.
Yeah, perfect.
This is gonna be a fun trip.
It's gonna be the best trip ever.
And I imagine this is the first journey for both Lamb and Mule, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is this is sort of both of your coming of age journey, in addition to the important responsibility of carrying this.
I don't think Mule has left his house very much. To be honest.
It's like, but all the books are in here. Wait, you're telling me there's a whole world out there that doesn't have books every 5 feet? But why?
Yes.
All right. So do you head out?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. Then with the town
No.
waving. Yeah, I think Nono's outside of town.
Yes.
Probably like tied with multiple ropes to a tree, which he is currently butting his horns against. Could you describe Nono briefly as you like step outside of town?
Yes. So Lamb has 2 sheep that she's bringing with her. She's bringing Nono, which is her pack animal, and she's bringing Giddy, which is her riding animal. They're roughly the same size sheep. They're both like pretty big. They're both mean as anything, and they're both quite loud. Nono is definitely the more aggressive, the more vicious of the 2 sheep. Doesn't hesitate to kick Lamb, but she takes it all in good stride because she loves her sheep more than anything. So I think she goes up to Nono, who's trying to get out of his restraints, and she grabs him by the horns and looks him in the eyes and is like, "You're not going to mess this up for me. You're going to be on your best behavior this entire time."
Butts against your forehead.
Mule is just looking on in concern and maybe a little vague horror.
And after he headbutts her, she just kisses him on the nose and then just starts untying him from all of his restraints, which to anybody watching would seem like a terrible idea.
Well, like the ropes are creaking as you're untying them.
Yeah.
Do they do that all the time?
Oh yeah, pretty much all the time.
I'm gonna stay away from them.
Don't worry, they're sweethearts underneath, and they're so fluffy and so big and beautiful. And don't worry, I've got it under control.
Right.
No kicks the tree and a branch falls on your head. And then when you like reach to hold your head, he sees his moment and like pulls free of the remaining ropes and goes charging down the road.
No, get back! And she hops on Giddy and is like, "Go, get after him!" Trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Mule looks to Hecla. Should we go after her?
I'm sure she'll catch it eventually.
Okay.
No,
wait. So continuing on, as you head on into the day, frost-touched grasslands stretch out around you as the sun glitters off of them. And the jingle of your equipment plays a merry tune as you walk, and the city of snow fades from view as you take your last bite of morning sweet bread. And let us get into our first journey checks. So, Ryutama, being a game about journeying, has rules about journeying. To outline, there are 4 basic steps to each travel day. Each one involves a roll or multiple rolls, and then narration of the effects of those rolls. So to start off, we have the condition check, which everyone will make. This is technically made at the beginning of the day. It says 1 water and 1 food ration is used, but I'm gonna just GM handwave and say y'all already ate this morning, and that's not a big deal. We'll handle ration stuff tomorrow. So a condition check is your strength plus your spirit. And how stats work in Ryutama, for those watching, is your stats are an even number from 4 to 12, which represents the size of die that you would roll. So for Mule, since Jess has been having some unfortunate struggles with the internet today.
20 and me are not talking to each other right now, apparently.
Yeah. Your strength is a D4, and your spirit is a D8. So you roll a D4 and a D8, add them together, and that is your condition for the day.
All right, let's see how this goes. 8.
8 total? All right.
8 total.
So let me see if I remember where the hell that goes on this character sheet. It's probably on the stats page, isn't it? And then everybody else can go ahead and roll a condition check. You should be able to just roll it off of the check section of your sheet. Lamb! Hot
Coming
diggity.
through. 10.
Health points. There we go. Condition is on the stats page, sort of in the middle to the right of magic points.
All right.
So you got an 8, right, Mule?
Yes.
Okay. So you have an 8 condition. Condition is the condition of your character, obviously. Essentially, if it's too low, you can suffer status effects and whatnot. But you all got pretty good results. You got an 8, a 9, and
because I have an extra
because you have hardy, right? So you have an 8, a 10,
yes,
and an 8.
8. Yeah.
She's just all kinds of Genki.
Hot damn. All right. And so what about today has you all in good spirits? Like each of you has a good condition. This is not a bad spot to be starting at. So starting with you, Lamb. What about this morning has you hype and hearty?
I think Lamb has kind of dreamed of this moment for a very long time where she would finally get to, like, she loves all of her grandfathers. She's obsessed with them. They're her family. But she's always wanted to go on this, like, kind of grander adventure. And so I think it's just the pure excitement and anticipation. It's like Christmas morning to Lamb. And I think that just, like, motivates her and actually gives her physical energy. Like, it has a conditional response. Her body is, like, releasing every hormone needed for her to just be hype as heck.
I love it. Has she? So she's been looking forward to this kind of an adventure or a journey for a while. Has she done like little practice journeys around the fields back home?
She definitely has. I think that what she'll do is tell her grandfathers to take the flock and hide. And so she'll go on like an adventure to come find them again. And obviously they can't go so far that she would not be able to walk to the top of the closest hill and find them.
Right.
It's kind of like a day adventure where she can seek them out and make this trek to come find them. Maybe she'll let them go like the day before and she's like, I'll catch up, and catch up to them the next day.
I love it. I'm imagining Lamb like running on foot, and that's part of why she's super strong. Is just like chasing after the flock of sheep.
Yeah. And when you have so many bad-tempered sheep, you have to kind of be a little bit strong.
Yeah. Mule, how about you? You also got a good condition.
Mule has never been out in the world before and probably only occasionally been out into his home city, with the family, so never on his own. So this is his first time out of the house completely on his own, and the amount of freedom that is suddenly before him just has him really excited.
Is this like a thank God I don't have to worry about my parents or my sisters bothering me anymore? I'm totally free to do anything I want, and certainly will never have to deal with my traveling companions kind of a deal?
It's definitely that, and it's also like he's read plenty of adventurous books and stories.
Oh yeah, of
so
course.
His head is full of all those ideas as well.
Oh.
So yeah, the fictional joy of what this journey is supposed to be is definitely keeping him energetic right now.
Beautiful. And Hecla.
I think as the resident character with a dark past,
Our dark and edgy mom.
Yeah. she's had a rough go for the last couple years, having to leave her hometown due to a catastrophe. And living in the city of Snow has not been the easiest. Business hasn't been good. So I think she's excited because this is finally an opportunity to get moving again, get on the road, and hopefully find some treasures, make some new connections, and maybe find a place that is a little bit more open to her business and her existence in the community.
So this is more like this is kind of like a finally making some progress, like literal progress forward.
The city of Snow was definitely like a pit stop, and she got kind of stuck there for a little while, and now she's getting out of that rut and starting to move forward again.
I'm sure the city of Snow would love to hear that that's her opinion of them.
A pit stop.
Don't talk to my dad.
So
Kind of a big deal there.
Oh god, I can't wait for Mule to say that his dad's kind of a big deal to an actual NPC.
Just wait.
So after your condition check, which starts you off in the morning, typically, you have the travel check, which determines how much trouble you have on your path during the day. And this is rolled by the whole party. So each one of you can run into some form of uncomfortable trouble throughout the day. So, and the target number for that is determined by the weather and the terrain. The weather today is clear, and you are in grasslands. So your target number for your travel check is 6, which is nice and easy. It's an easy day. Weather isn't bad. Terrain isn't treacherous. That said, Mule, it's strength and dex, so that's 2d4.
Oh boy.
I'm not much better.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
Ooh.
How'd you do?
That was close, Lamb.
7?
Oh.
You got a 7?
I did.
Nice, that passes.
Not me though.
No, you passed. You got a 6.
Oh,
Sick.
I thought you said it was 7.
No, 6.
Oh no, 6. Perfect.
Yeah.
Travel check.
Bare minimum. It's right beside you.
It's the
Yes.
bare necessities. The 7. Nice. So,
Yeah.
it's a little rough for Lamb, I think. You're having to deal with these sheep that typically I feel like you probably herd them around sort of the same fields pretty consistently. So they're used to like routine, even though they're bad natured.
They keep trying to go back.
Well, I think maybe there's some of that, but maybe also there's some of the like, hey, we're not in the place where we're supposed to be. That means we can go anywhere we want, right? And so they just sort of like keep individually wandering off of the road. Like one will wander this way, and you go, like, wait, no, come back, and then the other one, while you're getting the first, has gone off in the other direction. And so this tiny child is having to run back and forth to manage these sheep all day. But you are a hale and hearty youngin' with a lot of chutzpah, so you do okay regardless. So
Mule is definitely not helping her with the sheep chasing.
yeah, Mill is a little more concerned with I think maybe he read a book once about wayfinding and navigation, and so he's just sort of become the navigator for the group. So I will here's a note for the viewers. Another cool thing that Ryutama does is it assigns specific roles to specific players. So there is the quartermaster, who is in charge of keeping track of rations. Summer is handling that. There is the map person, which is, I don't think it's called a cartographer, but it should be, which Jess is doing that.
The mapper.
Mapper,
Yeah.
yes.
Mapper.
There we go. That's okay. And then there is the leader, who gets to make the final call on anything the party does. That person gets to say, if the group's like, no, I want to go this way, no, I want to go that way, the leader gets to say, this is the thing we are doing. And that, for this group, is Joel.
That's when Hecla puts her hands on her hips, and you know that this is
Yeah,
She puts on her mom voice.
appropriately the
You
adult
too.
of the group.
We're going
Yeah.
now.
Yes, ma'am.
You better call me man.
That's Miss Ma'am to you. And there's a third or a fourth role rather, which is the journal keeper, I think it is, which is the person responsible for writing down the events of a given session. And we are playing around with that. We're like handing the role off between sessions and whatnot. But that way, at the end of a game of Ryutama, you have this book essentially of all of the journeys and adventures that you went on together, which I think is just adorable.
And you write the journal in character.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Which is really cute. Yeah.
So our third step today is for our resident int monkey, which is the direction check. One person rolls a direction check, which is int plus int, and one person may support. So if I remember correctly, support just means you get a, like they say how they're helping and then you get a +1? Does anyone remember off the top of their head?
I think I have it open right now, actually.
If you
Hey,
do, that'd
y'all
be
got
fantastic.
this because
Can you tell me what page it is?
a little bit dumb over here.
Let's see.
Int plus int is my thing.
Skill check
man.
rules,
Do it.
91.
Make it
91.
happen.
And also, I'm just going to brag for a second. I have the limited edition special
dare.
printing
Whoa.
of Ryutama.
Oh, nice.
I actually have 2 copies.
What?
Yeah, fun story. I wanted to play this game 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. Desperately wanted to play this game. The moment I heard of it, I was in love. And so I decided I was going to spend the extra money to buy the special edition, and they sent me a second one. And I was like, hey, so, I mean, not that I'm complaining, but you sent me a second book, and the frickin' one of the translators replied to my email and was like, oh yeah, that was a clerical error on our end. I found it. Just keep the book and give it to someone who likes the game someday. So yeah, now I have a second copy that I have some plans for the future. So yeah, I see concentration. I see condition.
So we're looking for helping.
Yes, it's support.
character? Support.
Like a helping role.
Yeah. There's fumbles and criticals. Fumbles are great. I love how fumbles work in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first tell me what you got.
I got 8.
You got 8? Okay, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it.
I'm really smart, yo.
Support roles. The character. It's on page 103.
103. Thank you. Well, we don't need it for now, so we'll look that up during the break. But first, our direction check is successful. So I think that means, while in the background we can see Lamb running back and forth with like little like dust cloud over her feet as she goes back and forth in the background behind Mule, and Mule's just like looking around. You tell me, what does this look like as you're navigating? Like there are signposts that you have to read and check and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, Mule has read a lot about mapping things. It just like picked up a book of cartography and things out of his dad's study at one point because he was running out of things to read. So, I have a pretty good idea of sticking to the path because the sun and the stars and the sure.
Don't ask us to explain the physics.
Yeah, it looks like we're having sound issues.
Yeah.
The chat's telling us we have sound issues.
Oh, that's
So
because
they probably missed all of that.
that's because I muted myself on purpose and then forgot to unmute myself. So,
Excellent.
hi YouTube. You're not going to see any of this. So for our viewers on Twitch,
As we recap the entire structure of this world.
we do the anime thing where the world just is weird and none of the characters do the 10-minute exposition of like, this is how the world works. It just is what it is. and the world bows upward at the horizon instead of downward, because the world of Mahoria is inside of a sphere, and in the center is this large glowing orb of the sun with the moon orbiting around it, creating the day-night cycle.
Yep.
If
They
you look
probably
hard
think-
enough, you can see like
other
lands
side.
far off on the other side of the sky, like
As
just
if like they're
haze.
through water.
got a
little bit.
telescope.
Yeah, on a very clear day like today, yeah, you can vaguely see like mountains and forests
Yep.
and lakes and
a,
seas.
kind of like a reflection on a clear lake almost.
Mm-hmm.
You probably get some really good shots of this during the opening intro.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. The credit sequence has this kind of bullshit all over the place. Fucking
Yes.
flying dragons going around the suns, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Huge animation budget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we got UFO table to do the anime. It's fine. So yeah, knowing these things about the world, I am Mule is kind of plotting the course and just checking the direction, knowing that we have to get from this side of the sphere of the interior all the way over to the other, kind of tracking our progress and keeping a weather eye on the direction we need to be headed. By minding where we are in relation to the sun.
Yeah. So the sun begins to set, or rather the moon begins to rise, I suppose, casting the land in red gold hues as you pull your winter clothes tighter. Presently, one of the sheep bleats from up ahead. Approaching, you see it nibbling on the boot of a young man, unconscious and shivering on the side of the road. And that is where we will go to our first break. So, we're going to step away for about 10 minutes, refill on water because it is really warm in my room and I am out. Stretch our legs, all that kind of stuff. So, feel free to do so yourselves, viewers. We will be back in just
The cats are
a
also
little bit.
going to
Ready
break.
for the
All
break.
the cats.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Cats are like, all right, we're off the clock now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Good break, sweet.
We'll be back in just a little bit. Hello, and welcome back to Fun Shots. We just that's where we're. Oh, my music is playing again, but that's fine. You can't hear it. Oh, actually, no, you can. Whatever. My music came back because my audio player is fucking weird. Welcome to SoundCloud. So where we left off, one of your sheep, probably No, was chewing on the boot of this this young man,
think
unconscious
Heckler's
and
been
shivering
holding
on the
her
side of the road. What do you do?
No. Yeah, I think she's just like screaming at No and like runs up to like push him off of the boot, push him off of this guy. Be like, uh-oh, why is there this guy in the road?
What did your sheep do?
I don't think
Mule
No did
runs over.
anything.
Heckler like
Nono's an
rushes.
angel.
Heckler rushes and like kind of just like the two of you like out of the way.
Hey.
Let me like let me get a look. And so she peers in and sort of checks on this unconscious man.
No found him. Good job, No.
No, did you do this?
No chews on some grass. I think the grass here is like probably lamb height. Which
Wow.
this is how I'm measuring height for the rest of this game is by your three characters.
Perfect.
It's pretty tall because I mean you're out in the unkept wilderness at this point, and so like there's the road, but off to the sides it's just whoosh, grass. And this young man, he's got short brown hair, and he's laying in like halfway in the grass, halfway off the road, with his eyes are closed and he's shivering.
Uh-oh, he looks cold.
I think Heckler like pokes him and like right in the sternum, like, hey, you.
He coughs.
She like has no idea like how to be tender, so she's like, hey,
Hey, careful.
Be nice to him. He's asleep.
I'm being nice. Not
You're
being
jabbing
nice.
him in the chest with your gigantic hand. Here, let me see him. Mule's
I
just
wanna see
gonna
him
kneel
too.
down and try to like lift the guy up and see if he can get him conscious. I don't know, kind of pat his face a little bit.
All right.
Hey.
There's probably
Hello?
a skill you can roll for this, right? Oh, and we can also we're
Roll
gonna
for slapping?
hold on. We're gonna we're gonna do the thing where like the first episode of the anime, you get 10 minutes into the episode before it gives you the episode title. So our episode today is episode 1, The Warmth from Within, Awakening Power. So, Mule, let us see what checks you could possibly roll. Let's go to the checks tab here.
What can I do for that? And now that Roll20 works, I can actually.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yay!
Maybe job knowledge? Because this is sort of like a Healy thing.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. We'll try it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. That's int plus int.
Oh my god.
What the F?
How'd you do?
You fumbled it! You fumbled it!
Oh,
All
no,
right.
this poor man.
This
What did I do? Punch him?
yeah, I think you do. I mean, no, maybe you slap him, but you like bruise his cheek a little bit. Instead of waking him
Told me
up.
to stop.
Also, my hand hurts now.
So a fumble point. A fumble means everybody earns a fumble point. You can mark that on the, I believe, the stats page. Yes, everybody in the party earns a fumble point, and a fumble can be used to give yourself a +1 on a check, just like concentration.
Excellent. And concentration costs MP.
Concentration costs half of your current MP.
It costs a lot of MP.
Yeah. Cool.
But if you have a lot of MP, you can do it many times.
You can
think
go
Heck-
unconscious if you drop
think
to 0
Heckle-
MP.
That's
Heckler
true.
looks at Mule like, you wanted someone to slap him. You could have just got me to do it.
Okay, that's. Ow.
It works in the books.
And you guys got so mad at No for just chewing on his shoe. You're
Nah.
Does somebody have
Nono's
some
out of control.
No is possibly chewing on his hair now.
water? Anything? Maybe he's dehydrated or something.
I've got water.
Okay.
Water.
There's an idea.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I'll bring him some water.
And you did
Runs
a
off over to No, trying to wrangle the barrel.
yeah. No doesn't care. He's like hair. Yep. This is the
stuff.
life. Yeah. So you get some water. Are you gonna try and like get this guy
Splash
to drink
it on
it,
him?
or are you gonna splash it on him?
I want to do a little bit of both,
Okay.
where like it's like a little bit of a splash, and then
So,
if he doesn't, 'cause
Check
I feel
off.
like I don't want to just pour it. I don't want to just pour it down his throat while he's unconscious. Like,
Yeah. Check off a water ration for me.
can do.
And yeah, so you get the splash, and his eyes like barely open. They're like super puffy.
Hey, wake up!
Hello. Are you all right?
Heckler goes, he doesn't look too hot and doesn't get the irony and like shivers.
I think a lamb takes off her coat, her
Mhm.
cape, and would like try and like tuck it around him. Like, he's just cold. He needs to warm up. Maybe I can get Nono to lay down on top of him.
I don't know if laying on top of him would work.
Nono sleeps on top of me every night, and it's very warm.
Yeah, but you're freakishly strong.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be fine. No, come over here. And starts like trying to pull
What?
Nono to like lay down near him.
Next to him is probably better.
I'm not sure I trust this Nono.
Nono's a sweetheart. It's never done anything bad.
Nono continues to like nibble on the back of his hair. Doesn't move.
I'm pushing Nono with my full strength.
Okay.
Trying to get him to lay down.
Just go ahead and roll strength plus strength.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
I don't have any cool spells for this. Well, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no is having none of it.
Nono's
Um,
very
happens.
strong.
No, just like you push and like a squeaky toy just.
It doesn't move.
Does he look wounded at all?
He's not wounded. I will say, Lamb, you did an herb finding check this morning, right?
I don't think I rolled one. I did roll one before the game started.
I see one, and you technically roll one at the beginning of each day.
Okay.
So
you can count that one. I just did it. I was testing my sheet.
I feel like we can just count
6.
that. What is that?
Oh, wait, no. Just kidding. It's 4.
It is 4. Let's see. Yeah, so you did not find any herbs. Unfortunately.
Whoops.
Dang it.
Tried my best.
But yeah, best you can tell, this guy has a cold.
Okay.
I mean, if he's sick, what we really need to do is we just need to get him bundled up. Like, do you guys have any blankets or anything? I just brought my coat and my sheet, so
He reaches out a hand. He reaches out a hand toward his pack.
give him his pack. He's reaching for it.
I go grab it and bring it over next to him.
Tent stuff.
Tent stuff? Okay. I'll start digging in there and see what I find.
Yeah, he's got like a bedroll and maybe some rations, and he's clearly geared up for some kind of a journey of his own, and he has a tent in there.
Okay. I'm gonna toss the tent materials to Hecla. Can you put this together?
To me? Sorry.
Mhm.
I was Yeah, for sure. Let's do it then. And so she has her own tent, so she's actually quite familiar with we're putting tents together, and I think she sets to it really quickly. She's got that steely look in her eye again. Ching. And starts, I can do this. Just slotting all of the poles up together. Yeah.
And I think because, especially since we're at the end of the travel day, now is a good time for the camp check, which is Dex plus Int. One traveler does it, and one person may support. It was 103 was the support roll rules, which I was supposed to read on break, and didn't.
Yeah.
103, support rules. Character attempting the direction check and the camping check may receive assistance. Supporting character makes the same check with a target number of 5. The main check gets a +1 bonus. Okay. So who would like to make the camp check?
It shouldn't be me.
It's Dex plus
Yeah,
Int.
it also shouldn't be me.
It's Dex plus what?
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Does
Does anyone
Dex
have...
is 4. I think we all have Dex at 4, right?
Oh, yeah.
No. My Dex is 6. My
Oh, but your int-
intelligence is 4.
Oh,
My-
we're opposite from each other.
My dex is 4 and my int is 8.
You're actually probably the best then.
Okay.
And who wants to try and support?
I mean, either of us, it's going to be the
Yeah.
exact same.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
Since I'm setting up the tent for the one guy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So go ahead and make a camp check, both of you.
Okay.
And then if Hecla rolls higher than a 5, or a 5 or higher, ooh,
Oh, there you go.
yikes.
What?
We suck
Oh,
at
I can-
everything.
Yikes.
How does this
Okay.
work?
So,
If Dex
you...
fails, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you give a +1, which brings it up to a 5. The terrain is the lowest it can possibly be in this game, unfortunately, which is a 6.
Oh no.
So you get up to, you just barely, like, you come close. I think you get his tent set up for him, but then when you try to get your tent put together, because his is a higher quality than yours, you're like, oh yeah, this is super easy to slot all the things in, and then yours is like, one of the joints is like broken, and
It's all
you
janky.
didn't notice before you left town, and you can't quite get a fire started. So if you
Quick
fail,
question.
Mhm.
It's not cold out right now, right?
It is. By mechanical terms, I suppose not.
No. Okay. Because I have
Um,
a tent that gives us a bonus on cold days. But-
That's true. You also can keep in mind. You can concentrate on checks, which gives you a +1, or you could spend a fumble point to get a +1. If you would like to do one of those two retroactively, I will let you do so for this roll. Jess?
I probably should, because holy crap. Sure, why not?
All right. Are you going to concentrate or are you going to spend a fumble point?
The fumble point wouldn't really make a difference, would it?
Well, spending the fumble point means that you don't have that fumble point anymore. Spending,
Sure.
I'll give you a little bit of meta advice here. The metagaming pigeon's going to come in.
A little bird told me.
If you succeed on a camping check, your current HP is doubled, and all of your MP is restored.
Okay.
So if you concentrate on this check, it will succeed, and then the next morning you will wake up with all of your MP back.
Okay, sure, why not? Because I have a lot of MP.
Yeah, how much is that?
I'm throwing 10 MP at that, and that's half of my total, which is 20.
Yeah. All right. So,
I'm a magical boy, everyone.
Yeah.
So, what is it? How does Mule concentrate on this check?
Gonna go to his mind palace.
Okay.
More or less. Or just kind of like think back, okay. He's read books on just about anything you can think of, because he literally just reads anything that was in his reach. Surely amongst them was some kind of survival guide.
There's this
At
like
one
hiking
point.
manual.
Yeah, it's like a hiking manual, an almanac or something like that. And he's just trying to recall, okay, it was on this page and I remember seeing how they put together a tent, and he's just kind of like automatically going through the motions as he's remembering it in his mind.
Yeah, your concentration is
Voila.
entirely on your memory and not on what you're actually doing.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
And then I
But
think
somehow-
Hecla, your help is setting up this tent.
Oh, I'm
For-
just the brute
for the
force,
guy.
just like ching, 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 all the poles like sticking together.
Directing it while Hecla does it, because Mule's certainly not strong enough.
Yeah.
to be back.
I'm
And
doing all the work.
Meanwhile, in the background, Lamb is like pulling on Nono, trying to
No,
pull
no.
him onto this guy.
Just lay down, No. You must be tired.
Yeah, I think Nono like kicks you into
Trying
the
to,
tent.
lay on top of No, trying to flatten him down.
When you do that, Nono does lay down, but he lays down on the other side and onto you.
Okay, I'll just be over here, everybody. Don't worry about me.
Okay, so we got that out of the way.
Thanks.
What's your name, guy?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm Kevin.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
It's really cold.
Yeah.
Put him
That's
in
the
his
thing that
tent.
happens here.
Put him in his tent.
Yeah,
I've got No
Guess we'll
on
help
top
him.
of me.
What are you doing?
No got tired.
That sheep is going to be nothing but trouble. Can you help me get him in? To Hecla once again. Since Lamb is indisposed.
We're getting Kevin into the tent.
Yes.
Mhm.
For sure. And I think she just uses one arm to
Okay.
scoop him up.
And he had like a bedroll and stuff in there
Yeah.
too, correct? Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll,
he's
we'll
got
get
all
him
the stuff.
bundled up in the
I think-
bedroll.
I think as she scoops him up, she looks at him and goes, "What did you do to yourself?" And then
Achoo! I thought I was fine when I left Snowdrop, but
he like sneezed right in my face.
yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Neil
I'm
is kind of
sorry.
staying away because getting sick is not in the game plan.
I'm really sorry. Thank you so much.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's get you in. And
Yeah.
she like kneels down her giant body to crouch and like help him into the
Yeah, you like take up the whole tent.
yeah. Yeah, and she slides him in. Okay, Kevin.
That's fine. He curls up. He's got like his shoulders in his chest sunk, and he like just lays his head softly on his backpack and like pulls a ration out and just sort of chews on it.
And I think now that
Thanks.
she's
That
inside, she can feel the tent fabric sort of like stretching because she's she's realized that she's gotten into a space that's a bit too small for her.
Oh no.
And she's super clumsy too, so she's like, oh shoot.
You like get your foot caught in the flap as you try to get out, and
and she like she sort of stumbles and just sort of gets a little bit discombobulated as she tries to get back out of the tent.
awesome.
Yeah, face bumps.
Beyond that, your camp check went well. Everything passes without event. You had a roughly bump-free first day on the road. We're going to go ahead and move on to the following day. You wake in the morning to a strange stillness. Peeking out of your tent, you see that it's begun to snow, and Kevin is nowhere to be found. Instead, his tent is packed up neatly, along with a note that reads, "Thank you so much for your aid last night. I haven't much to give, but I have a feeling this will be of greater use to you in the coming days." What do you do? Yeah, the tent is a high-quality Arctic tent.
Nice.
Which gives you a total of +3 in cold, which I believe is to the condition check in the morning, right? And you have a normal Arctic tent currently? Yes?
Me?
Yes.
I have an Arctic tent.
Which is a +2?
2.
Okay, so everybody's going to roll their condition check for the day with a +2 bonus from the tent.
Cool.
And Summer, this is a good point for me to remind you to tick off rations and water for the group.
The day. Okay.
Hey!
Sorry, did he leave us a tent as well?
Yeah, he left you
left his tent.
a high-quality Arctic tent, which is a total of +3 if you start using it.
Okay, so for the next,
Yes.
the next one. Got it. I'm glad it.
Y'all are fine.
Oh.
Jesus, these condition
Also,
checks.
I need to do my herb finding check. Really quick.
Yes.
We're doing pretty good today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you're in grasslands.
Even a pretty good herb finding check.
Whoa, that's
Yay!
a 7? No, an 8. It's an 8 total. Okay, so let's see what herb. What herb?
I'm just imagining
Do you
that Lamb
find-
grabs these because Nono
Is
finds
eating
them and
them.
starts.
That was
eating them.
exactly what I was about to say. Is Nono's like chewing on a bush? And you're like, what is? No. All right,
Yeah,
so
Lamb literally sleeps like curled up by like beside the tent with the sheep like pressing in on her, so she's got like her own sheep tent basically.
so you got a success, which means you get 1 herb, and I believe you get for grassland. There's this apple tree. And Nono has eaten most of the apples off of it already, but you managed to recover 1 sunset hime apple, which is a sort of sunset colored apple, and on use it recovers 2 HP.
Yay!
I think Hecla watching Lamb chase her sheep around looks over to Mule, looking at the sheep just eating everything and being like, that thing's gonna poison itself if it's not careful.
Is that bad? Really?
Good point.
Neil goes back to reading his book.
Yeah, and Hecla's just sort of sitting by I'm guessing we have a campfire going.
We're
or
probably
something.
like eating breakfast or dinner or whatever.
Yeah. They kind of sit in silence together the way that they both are.
Lamb just runs around.
Yeah.
Like, look at this apple. If it says that if you roll over a 10, add a bonus to blank on condition. Do we get to pick one?
Oh, let me just see.
Neat.
Because I rolled very high today.
Me too. I rolled 13.
Condition, and that is on
Yeah.
page 100? Is it? Or is this off of your character sheet?
It's off my character sheet. It just says beside condition, if over 10, add bonus 2, and then it gives me a drop down where I can pick strength, dex, intelligence.
Skill checks,
It's
success
like you get like a
checks,
really good
additional
bonus.
checks.
I remember reading that.
That sounds correct. I'm just trying to find the precise rule. Bear with us.
Tip-top shape. Feeling so great that one of their stats is temporarily increased. They can choose one of their 4 and increase it by 1 die size for that day. It may not be raised above
Fantastic.
12.
Yeah.
So do I want to go where I raise my intelligence a little bit?
You feel a little smarter today.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna feel a little bit smarter today because I've got this apple, and I feel like I did that. No helped, but I did that.
Is it up 1 die size? Is that what it
Yes.
is?
Yeah, so I go from a 4 to a 6.
Cool. The smart thing to do would to make her less clumsy today, but I think that's not it. I think she's stronger today.
I'm
More
just
strength.
normal. Mule is
All right.
just Mule.
Did everybody sleep good?
I feel great.
Me too. Nono was super warm last night. I wish that guy had slept under Nono, because then everybody would appreciate Nono's special gift, which is warmth.
No
Pretty
farts.
sure that's just what wool does.
All right. So you head out into the day. All right, let's get those travel
Got a
checks.
long way to go.
You too. Before we head out, I think
Mhm.
Hecla.
We even introduced ourselves to each
Yeah,
other.
I think Hecla.
I imagine that happened during
Okay.
the
The trial.
contest. There's this contest that you did.
Sure.
The whole town participated to see which group of people would carry this thing. And I think you all introduced yourselves at that point.
I think Hecla, before we head out, gets this look. She does the thing. She puts her hands on her hips and she looks at them. She says, "You two, get over here for just a second."
We're doing a
Um,
huddle.
Yep. Before we
Mule
head out, I
looks
think we should.
patently unimpressed, but approaches.
I did this with Patty's every morning. We did our cheer.
Okay, well, I'm not sure I'm ready to do a cheer, but
I'll think one up for us.
great.
Go team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, just a moment. So, Mule, I noticed yesterday when we were walking, you were doing some doodles. It looks almost like a map. It looked very good. Do you think you could continue doing that for us, maybe? Would
I
that
was
be okay?
going to do that anyway because someone has to.
Okay, perfect. They were nice doodles.
I was making a map.
And then he looks over. Hecla looks over at Lamb and says, "Lamb, when you got the water out, you splashed Kevin in the face, and you seem to sort of have an idea of what's going on with all of your belongings. Do you think you could maybe keep track of that for all of us? It'll be good to sort of divide up our tasks. What do you think?"
I think so, because I know where all my stuff is all the time. So I could just know where all of our stuff is all the time.
Okay, I think I trust you on that. So
Just as long as your sheep doesn't know where all our stuff is all the time.
Nono is carrying everything for me.
I have some concerns about what your sheep likes to eat.
Nono's like reaching his head back, trying to chew on the stuff attached to him.
No.
Mule is like
no.
clutching his book extremely protectively and giving that sheep a very dagger-like look.
Yeah, just like casually like pushing his head like back to the front, like over and over as he keeps like trying to keep smacking it.
So good.
Don't worry, Nono's never eaten any of my important things.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's head out then. And she does like a pose, like let's head
Go
this way.
team!
And just as she says that, Moo sits on her tent.
Yeah, there's like a crunch. Oh. All right, let's get these travel checks. That's strength plus dex.
Sorry. I have my own.
Jeez, my travel check was miserable today, guys.
Oh
no.
my god. Okay, you're having some
At
trouble
least
today.
I found those herbs.
Sure
Oh my
did.
god, you got my bonus?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't give me a bonus for my strength.
It didn't?
No. So add +1 to whatever that was. Or no,
Well, your strength should just be
sorry, no, it did.
It's
It
the
did,
die
sorry.
size, yeah.
It did, yeah.
You all did terrible. Unfortunately. Today's difficulty is 9.
Oh, jeez.
So
uh-oh.
yeah, snow is a little
Today's a
rough.
bad day.
Snow is a little rough to walk in. So you oh Jesus Christ. Let's see what happens when you fail. When you fail a travel check, your current HP is halved.
Oh no.
So
Okay.
go ahead and half your HP.
Oh god.
This is representative of like damage or just sheer exhaustion from having to trek through the snow today. Let's go down the row and talk about what kind of what obstacles do you run into. Hecla, it's snowing, right? So are you used to snow? Are you not used to snow?
I don't think she's ever gotten used to it, even though she's been in the city of snow for a little while now. It's not home for her.
So you're just like having a hard time with your footing. You're like stumbling all over the place.
Oh yes, she's clumsy as heck. So I'm sure she's to Mumu's amusement.
Yeah, Mumu is definitely like. You keep bonking into him. It's like.
Mumu and I haven't been friends for very long. Like the city of snow, we're new pals, and
nice.
Mumu doesn't really care what's going on with me. Yeah, so Hecla like stumbles, she falls in the snow. I think she's getting a little cold and wet. Just from struggling.
And I think Mumu's hanging out with Giddy, probably like trying to get away from you.
Clumsy woman. Jeez.
Mule, so your first day went really well. Your second day, not so much. Talk to me. What's going on with you?
Sure. So first day was not bad. Mule was like, yay, freedom. Second day is Mule is also realizing that freedom means no comfy bed. The cold, hard ground is not comfortable in the least. Snow is terrible to run around in when you don't have gardeners and people in your home to take care of shoveling it out of the way.
This is like the most Mule has ever walked before, so I imagine his feet kind of hurt.
Yes, like literally everything hurts and he feels like he's dying. And he kind of wants to turn around and go home, but he's too stubborn to say that.
Awesome. And
he probably tripped and fell in the snow a few times.
Oh, he's like trying to make sure his books aren't wet. It's like, no.
Yep. Pretty much.
Pathetic.
You trip on a rock and you would like have dropped your book, but you just hold it to your chest and fall over instead.
Pretty much. Book comes first. So got his back all wet in the snow, and it's just, I hate this weather.
And Lamb.
So I like the idea that because condition check was so high, her spirits are just through the roof. Like she's just like, today's the best day. But I think that today is the day that Nono really goes off the rails and gets like straight lost in this tall grass.
Oh, God, yeah.
And she doesn't notice it because she's like riding on Giddy and like probably talking to Mumu, like introducing herself to Mumu, trying to make friends. And I think it's probably been like maybe 20 minutes and maybe like Mule or Hecla are like, hey, where's No? And Lamb's just like, oh no. And like is like, just if you guys could just watch Giddy, I'll be back, and like has to like backtrack and like seriously go.
You just like dive into the grass.
Yes. Like literally like cutting across, like looking for this path because
grass and snow up to your like shoulders, and you're like
just seeing like the grass parting and hearing no.
It's like Marco Polo with this sheep. Like, no, and then over there, no, over there, no. How did you get over there?
You would have had to pass me. How did you do that, you stealthy beast? Like running after No. Yeah, and I think it's like they finally get back. She finally wrangles No and like gets back to the trail and is just like exhausted. Yes, so tired from
She's got
chasing
like all your
No.
clothes are damp. You've got bits of grass sticking out of your hair,
Yeah, which is nothing unusual, but I mean,
which Nono is chewing on.
yeah.
Nono's like, grass, great,
There's a
convenient.
reason that her hair is so wild. And No's just her hairdresser.
Sheep cut.
Mule, why don't you go ahead and make your direction check? One person can support.
Sure. Let's see.
So is it Lamb? Did you go with the int upgrade for today?
I did, so I could do support.
Yeah,
Is it just int?
Yeah, direction check is int and int. So that would be 2d6 for you. That's a good roll.
Yeah. When we do
Nice.
these direction checks, am I supposed to like be mapping something in particular? Like
You should
give
be
me
mapping. So
directions?
each day is one square of travel
Okay.
on this thing. Oh, I'm on the GM layer on this map. So one
Okay.
square is a day of travel. You can put the city of Snow on any one of these that you would like.
Okay.
And just pick a direction that I haven't gotten super like detailed with where all the places
Okay.
are. But it becomes more important when you do things like run into combat encounters or lairs or something like that, where you might want to know where a thing is.
Sure.
So
Oh my god,
you
I'm
can.
terrible on the Roll20 maps. I'm gonna do it up by hand and fix it later.
That's fine. That's okay.
I'm goofing it up.
We'll put you all back here.
Oh,
So you got a what is that? An 11 on your direction check?
mm-hmm.
Plus 1 from Lamb, so for a total of 12. That definitely beats the 9. Even though it's snowing, you keep a weather eye, you know where you're going. You swear you saw a map of these roads at one point, and
Lamb's telling you every direction it's not.
She's apparently found that.
She's hoping.
you like run off the side and you're like,
It's
not over here.
Now I'm just picturing her like running into all kinds of hazards.
Yeah.
With the not this way.
Yeah.
Who knows what she's seen as she sprints back down the road. Not that way.
Yeah, you climb a tree to try and find Nono during the Nono disaster, and you arm up, pull up on a branch, and come face to face with this like large snowy owl that just like turns its head and goes, "Ooh," and you like fall down.
Oh, sorry. I'll just go. You look busy, sir. I'll just go.
And yeah, so your direction check goes well. Your travel checks are a disaster, so you have your HP, and the day passes without incident. Besides those ones, and I think we can get on to the camp check. So what's like to do the camp check?
I think
That is Dex and Int. There's a handout in the journal.
I think that
Oh,
today
thank you.
I would probably be the best person to do it because I took a boost to my intelligence. So I'd be rolling 2 6s.
Yeah, go for it.
Does somebody
rather
want to
than
help?
a 4 and an 8.
I can help. because
I
read
should not help
things.
this. Yeah.
I'm smart. I can help.
Lamb, do you want to? I was gonna ask if you wanted to concentrate, but never fucking mind. You're fine. You're cool. Yeah. You just set up the camp, no problem. You're like, okay, you guys tense because you know how tense, and then you just like walk off into the tall grass, and we can like see the top of the grass shaking.
Yeah.
Then you come back with this huge bundle of firewood and plop it down. You've got it.
I found this earlier and I made a mental note of it.
Where did you get those?
It's not important.
Okay. Goes back to directing Hecla as to how to construct a tent.
Yeah.
Probably made like a little note sheet, like a cheat sheet of how to set it up easier.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So with a
Freezing
successful.
it, right?
Hmm?
Freezing the nice tent now.
Yeah, we're using the +3 tent now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with a success, your current HP is doubled, which means I believe you're back up to full health.
Yeah.
You sleep the night away in the winter wonderland, and we awake the next day, and it's snowy. Still, go ahead and make your condition checks. We'll see how you slept.
Do we
Bless.
still have our boosts from yesterday?
I
No.
think you could change. I think you
Okay.
could. We have a +3 now, right?
Yeah, so you have a +3 to the roll, but you don't have the stat boost from your good roll yesterday.
Okay. So the
Right.
+3 is to the condition check since we have the nice tent, right?
Mhm.
Oh, 1 second. I think tents add +3 to camping checks, not condition check.
Oh, do they?
Oh,
I think so.
Well,
Now that I'm looking at it.
that would make sense, I suppose, because tents. Yeah.
bonus to camping checks in cold weather. Yes, it's a
Okay.
+2 or +3 because it's a nice one.
So
That
the
makes
condition
sense.
check doesn't have a plus.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, here we go. Condition checks. Let's knock it out of the park.
All right, let's do it.
Strength plus spirit.
11. Hell yeah.
Damn, Lamp. Oh, a crit!
Yeah.
Does a crit do anything?
I think.
I think it
Feels like
doesn't.
it should. I
It
think so.
should. I feel like it might technically clear a status or something,
Yeah.
but you don't have any statuses right now. More about journey checks, port rules.
Condition.
Yeah, there's nothing
Wow,
listed
nice
for
job.
conditions. I mean, the crits.
I think you just basically get the like tip-top shape thing.
Yeah.
So
Character's condition 10 or higher. Stat may not rest. You choose one of the
Basically, I can
characters. Yeah.
choose another
Since
stat
it's
to be.
since it's a crit, and since we're not playing with the the sextant or whatever, we're playing rules as written. I get to do a little bit of homebrew, and I'm gonna say since you crit, you can upgrade 2 stats.
Nice.
They have to be separate stats. You can't upgrade one twice.
Sure. Well, I will upgrade the stats I'm the worst in.
Smart move.
And we will take a I'll go up to a D6 for strength and dex for the day.
Nice. And Lamb, you get 1 upgrade because you got an 11.
I'm keeping that intelligence. I feel like that's a good move on my part.
Clever girl. And then Hecla, you got an 8, which is pretty good. Yeah. So you make sure to mark water and food rations for the condition check. And you head off into the day. The bad weather from yesterday only worsens as the day draws on. The crunch of your boots drowned out by a howling wind. By midday, you're faced with a choice. Search for shelter or press on through a furious and blinding blizzard. What do you do?
Can we take a break?
That would be nice.
I think that would be wise as well.
Is there someplace we can put down for the day? It's so
yeah.
cold.
We should look for a place that has some natural shelter.
I'm just gonna hide behind No.
Sure, you do that. You're small enough.
Little lamb, I don't know how useful that's going to be.
Well, I mean, No keeps me pretty warm.
Okay, I mean, do as you will then, I guess.
So we should look around for someplace we can hide.
You gonna search for shelter?
Wait this out.
And someone will have to make a sense check,
Great.
which I think is int plus spirit.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm
let
good
me
at
do
both
that.
of those.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna-
good at both of those.
I've got an 8 and a 6.
Got an 8 and an 8.
I have an
Oh,
eight-
jeez, do
I
it.
have an 8 and a 6 as well.
Do 8 and 8. You kidding?
I'm
Can we
like,
do help?
Yeah, sure.
watch me fumble the roll.
Just concentrate.
Or is it only for
I
specific
think it's
rolls?
only for travel and direction checks. There might be a group check option. Let me see.
Let's see.
Doesn't look like it.
Support rolls.
So let me see. Page 91 for
direction or
skill
camping check.
yeah. Those both have specific
That's it.
support. Skill check using a basic skill check. Stats on a check. Fumbles, crits. Yeah, so it looks like no.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I just gotta do it and hope for the best.
Yeah, and you can spend your fumble and or concentrate for bonus
Sure,
as
I'll
you
spend
desire.
the fumble. Might as well.
All right.
Boop.
That gives you a +1.
Yep. Here goes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's great.
That's a 13.
Mm-hmm.
That does it.
Yay!
So you're like shivering, and then you look over, and you can see just barely through the blinding snow. You see a sort of rocky hill, and in the hill, there's a small opening.
Looks like okay.
Bit of a cave, yeah.
I think there's something that way. We could probably hide in that rock.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't roll a travel check for today, I don't think.
Nope.
Have we done that yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay.
It's all good. You basically the choice there was do a travel check to press on or do a sense check to.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Find a place to hide.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent.
Shall we make our way to the rock?
Come on, Giddy. Let's go.
Does anyone need help? I could maybe give you a lift. She kind of like flexes her arms.
Give you a lift.
I've got Giddy. I'm okay. And she just pats Giddy's butt.
Okay.
And Giddy goes like charging forward.
Giddy!
She tentatively sort of like shoots a glance over at Mule, knowing that he's probably not going to accept the invitation. But
Mule,
I'm
your
fine.
skin's the same color as your hair.
Puts his hood up and just trudges through the snow bitterly.
yeah, Heckle's got a windbreaker, so it's definitely
Yeah.
He has a warm
Yeah.
cloak, but that's about it.
Yeah. So you find you head into the cave, and this is the point where I would have afflicted you with a status or a condition, but each of you rolled above the necessary amount to avoid exhaustion while you're in shelter. So you're all in good enough health that even though it's chilly in here, you're not freezing to death. So you begin to feel a bit drowsy as the chill permeates your clothes. Suddenly, the walls begin to shake, and as you rush outside, you're swiftly swept away by an avalanche. Each of you is separated in the raging blizzard. You have no idea where the others are. Let's see. Mule, you like clutch your book and you tumble. You feel yourself tumbling for what feels like forever down a hill. But when you finally come to a rest, you've still got your stuff, but none of your traveling companions. Hecla, you like try and block yourself, defend yourself against this like these falling rocks and all of this snow, and you just sort of find yourself in the place where you were, but all of the rest of the party was swept away from you. And Lamb, you go tumbling end over end in an unknown direction, and then are deposited headfirst in a snowdrift. When you extract yourself from the snow, none of your friends are with you, none of your sheep, but nearby is the small lacquer box, which has cracked open slightly, and there's a faint glow coming out of it. And with that,
Scrambles over to it.
we're gonna go to a break.
No!
So we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out
so expensive.
what happens to them in just a little bit. See you soon.
Oh, jeez.
Hello, and welcome back to Hour 3 of旅行せよ, Travel. I believe where we left off, Lamb had just been deposited in the snow head first. You extricated yourself, and you noticed that the small lacquer box containing the amulet of seasons was lying near you, cracked slightly open, with a faint glow coming from it within.
Yep, she immediately scrambles over to it and is going, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And she just like carefully picks it up and like, is it open or is
It's
it
just
cracked?
open, like it got popped open. The box
Oh,
itself
man.
doesn't appear damaged.
Yeah, she's gonna have to open it, everybody. She's gonna have to take a little peek. It's glowing. What's she
It
gonna
is.
do? Not look
Oh,
in.
no.
It is.
Be
And so
careful, you can't crack it open.
inside there's this golden medallion, probably like the size of her entire hand, with an embossing of 4 dragons with their heads and their necks sort of intertwined, almost like they're laying down and cuddling in a circle. And it's giving off this yellow glow and a faint hum.
Oh.
What do you do?
Hello?
I think with that we're gonna cut to Mule. Mule, go ahead and give me a direction check to try and
Sure.
find somebody in your group. It's int
Okay.
plus int.
Whoop. Oh. Ooh.
Ooh, not great. And Hecla, you as well.
First person I'm looking for is Momo. That was a direction check?
Yep, so int plus int. It's an 8. Did either of you pass? I don't think so. I think the direction check's like a 9 or something.
Yeah.
It's in my notes.
Weather's 9 difficulty today, right?
Yeah, well, the difficulty right now is technically 11. But for the direction check, just to find your friends, because you're both yelling and all that, I dropped it down to a 9. But yeah, no, you're looking around, you're like, hello, anyone? And you can't hear anything over the storm. It's deafening. Hecla, what are you gonna do about that? What plan do you have?
Well, I think she's falling all over herself as usual, and the snow is so like it's just mounds of snow that she's trying to scramble up.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna look for when she can finally get out of the snow. Look for a vantage point somewhere that she can get on, get a view of where the others are, and track them down from there. So I think right now she's sort of looking around, looking for like maybe a rock face, or like if there's a tree or something to climb up.
Yeah, you're like trying to climb up a hill, but you can't like tell which direction is up. Like you can't quite tell where what the elevation is.
Yeah.
And Mule.
Mule has tried yelling a little bit, of course, for what he remembers their names to be. So he's basically like Lamb Girl and Huge Lady.
What a guy. Been with them 2 days, can't remember their names.
Nope.
What a friend.
To no avail, and so he is now consulting his book full of his notes and things, trying to think of, okay, what's the best way to choose direction here, and kind of coming up dry right now.
Yeah, I mean, in weather like this, the answer is just sort of you don't, right?
Yeah.
You're remembering are stories and stories of people getting lost in snowstorms and like never being heard from again, or
kind of low-key panicking at this point and just okay, try not to panic. Okay, so it's white everywhere.
Meanwhile, Lamb, so you call out and you don't hear a response.
Right.
Go ahead and make a direction check as well.
Okay.
See if you can find someone.
Probably not.
No. You're just sort of like, are you calling, or are you like wandering through the storm?
I think she called out at first, but like not immediately hearing a response. I think she's pretty familiar with the weather because she didn't live like inside the walls of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she kind of knows it's a fruitless endeavor for her to just keep screaming and keep wandering around. I think she kind of just picks up the box and like closes it. And she is going to look for any type of shelter that she can find, to just wait it out. Like she's like, knows that she's not going to be able to find her way back. She's probably not going to be able to find them with like the howling winds and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking for any type of just like minuscule shelter. Or if she can't find shelter, she's going to snow dog it up and bury herself under the snow and
All
like
right.
create that warmth under the snow where you kind of cover yourself and you create like a little heat pocket and wait it out. Those are her two plans. She's very familiar with this weather.
Okay. As you start looking around, you feel the box that you're holding shake.
Oh, please stay still. I'm trying to find my friends. Does it do anything? You want to talk to it?
It continues to shake. Go ahead and roll roll a spirit plus int, which I think for you today is pretty good. It's a 6 and an 8, right?
Yeah. Is that what sense is?
Yeah.
Lamb, don't let us down.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
I tried my hardest.
You can't see a place to settle in that's safe. So I guess you're gonna go with your B plan of just sinking into the snow.
Under the snow.
Meanwhile, I
Snow.
think Mule's like, and then there was that one person who just got buried under the snow and then never was heard from, and then we cut back to Lamb in this like tiny little igloo chamber with this box that just goes.
Hello.
it keeps pulsing like this.
She opens it. I guess.
The medallion is now glowing brightly. Like it's not quite the sun, but it's sort of like it's like lantern light effectively. And it's like shimmery.
I think she kind of like reaches out to like kind of trace over the carving just to kind of touch it a little bit.
And as you touch the medallion, you can hear in your mind the voice of your pappy saying to remember that it's not the cloak that keeps you warm, it's the warmth from within that drives away the cold. And as those words echo in your head, there's a sort of a quiet pulse out from you, and we see a long shot as this huge bank of snow is cast aside, and the raging storm swirls and then just sort of fades, and we get these like wispy clouds up above, and we can see all three of you and the two beleaguered sheep and the bison in this vast icy field. And ahead of you, you see a expanse of winter flowers and a small town that you recognize as Snowdrop Town. And the medallion goes dark once more.
I think as all of this snow is like kind of pulsed like away, that means that Lamb like fell probably too. Like
yeah.
She was like laying on her side. But as she sees the other, she like jumps to her feet and she's like,
Hi. You're okay.
I touched
where
it.
did you go?
I touched the thing that I wasn't probably supposed to touch, but I touched it anyway.
The amulet? You touched the amulet?
I touched it. And she's like running up and she's really excited.
Hekla's like in a heap tank, like just like falling over and still trying to get up. She's like,
Neil
what do
is,
you
like,
mean you what do you mean you
super
touched
blue.
it? Show
super
me.
blue right now.
She's got the box and she's like holding it above her head and running over to them, and she's like, I got swept away in the what's it called?
The avalanche.
When the snow comes. I got swept away in the avalanche and I landed, and then the box, it started to vibrate, and I opened it and there was an amulet inside and it was glowing really bright, and I touched it, and then here we are all together.
Right. We were looking all over for you. Is it safe? Is it still in the box?
It's right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's in the box. The box is closed.
The box blew the snow away? That's what you're saying.
Oh, the box didn't do it. The amulet did it.
Oh, I see.
Because I touched it. I think I
he's a
have
magical
special
object.
powers.
Wait, what?
Hector looks to Mule. You would know.
It's a magical amulet.
I think I harnessed it. I think I have magic powers.
I don't think you do. That's a nice idea, though.
We should test it. Why don't we
She
test
holds
it?
out her hands.
What? No!
And she starts trying to channel energy.
Magic.
I don't know. Yeah, magic.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing.
You
Absolutely
know
nothing
how
happens.
magic works.
I just blew all the snow away, so I think I have a pretty good idea.
I'm pretty sure the amulet did that for you.
You're convincing Hecla.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Ugh. There is no way a hayseed like you would know anything about magic.
A hayseed?
Please tell me you know what that is.
I guess the seed of a hay?
Close
That
enough.
sounds about right.
I'm older than you.
Mule is
Like that means anything.
offended to the point he has literally no response.
That's her insult. I'm older than you.
True to life. That comment.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just starts walking toward the city, the town.
All right.
She runs off to go get No and Giddy.
They're off with Moo Moo, just in the field, probably eating some flowers. Now that the snow is gone, they don't care. They're just like, yep, that happened.
I got some grass now. That's all. that counts.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they're totally nonplussed.
Like, yeah, I guess that was exciting if you're a human.
They're just like,
Mm.
I think because it was a storm, Hecla is having a bit of thoughts about why there was a storm today too. Just given
Yeah.
her history with the storm dragon from the past.
Mhm.
So that's on her mind, but she doesn't bring it up with too. She's feeling a little bit weary looking out on the horizon.
I think Lamb runs up and is like, "You okay?"
And Hecla like gives a sigh and looks at her and goes, I don't want to talk about it right now.
You know, you're kind of big.
Yes, I am, and you're kind of small.
Yeah, some people said that before to me. Well, I was just wondering, cause, well, like I had a bunch of pappies, but could we call you Mama?
up ahead, Mule just makes this like face like, ugh.
Mule might not call you Mama, but I want to.
I prefer ma'am, but if you insist,
Mama, ma'am.
Mama, ma'am.
Ma'am, Mama.
Mama.
Or you could just use
Mama!
your name.
Mama's fine as long as I can as
Mama!
long as I can call you Lambo.
I mean, that's fine by me. I like that. It makes me
All
sound tough.
Makes you sound like a very expensive car.
Yeah.
Weary, you take in the sights and sounds of Snowdrop Town. People gather quietly at colorful public laundries scented with floral perfumes against a backdrop of softly burbling water from the hot spring stream running through town. In the center, towering above the rest, stands a structure like a graceful snowdrop flower set gently over the market. What would you like to do?
How hot can I tell this stream is hot from looking at it from a distance?
It's got some steam rising off of it.
I'm getting in it right now.
All right.
I think approaching the town, Hecla is trying not to step on the flowers. 'Cause she probably they look so nice and they've been well, and yeah. She's
And
trying not to
Mumu just like drifts off the road and onto the flowers.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No, and Giddy are just eating all of the flowers.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
Mule was trying to pick a flower and then No came up and started to eat it. Hey! Get your sheep.
I'm
Please.
busy. I can't hear you. I'm in the water.
Splish, splash, splish,
Yeah,
splash.
she's
Like
like,
in the water.
she's got her shoes and her socks in her hands, like lifted above her head, and she's stomping around in the creek, like up to her knees.
I hate to say this, but kind of fun. And I think Hecla runs after you and does like a big cannonball into this little stream.
It's hot.
Yeah,
Miel
it's
goes back
quite warm.
Yeah.
a couple of flowers to keep in his bag.
Okay. Yeah, you can pick a few flowers. As you
Specifically 4.
okay. As you move into town, hail, travelers! Looking further down the street, you can see a large blonde man with his hair in a bun. You must be weary after the storm. Why not rest your feet at the Peas in a Pod? And he indicates an inn behind him.
How nice does this inn look?
How nice does it look to me?
Oh, it looks great. It's got a sign out front. It has
That's all I need.
It has a second sign that says "Try our hot springs."
Can we go?
Are we
Mama?
supposed to pay? Hecla looks at like they're in the hot spring already.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's like the streams that run through town,
Stream,
but it's
yeah.
not it's not quite like it's not an onsen, right?
Got it. Okay.
How much are your accommodations, sir?
20 gold a night.
20 gold.
Mama, I don't know if I have that much money. Let me check. Oh, I can swing it.
I'm
declares
imagining this
the
like
money.
you drop your shoes and your socks on the ground, and then you open up your coin purse and dig through, and then you're like, okay, yeah.
I can do that for a couple nights. Exactly 2. No.
It's fine.
Um,
It's totally fine.
Yeah, and I think she's like, I don't know about you, but I would really like to sleep inside for a single night. Even one.
We're in a city, of course we would. You're not going to camp in the street.
I mean, I could camp outside though, outside the city
But
for free.
no, that's
Lamb,
not
are
what
you
do.
talking yourself out of this?
No, I definitely want to sleep in the bed.
Okay,
But
me too.
But I also like sleeping with Nono, and they generally don't let Nono sleep in the bed with me.
For good reason.
Nono's the best, the
you-
best sleep buddy.
Do you have a stable where you keep terrible sheep?
Not specifically, but yes, we have a stable just around the side here. Your pack animals could stay there. It's quite warm. There's fresh
Wonderful.
hay.
I should probably talk to whoever takes care of them, because Nono bites.
That would be me.
Oh, Nono bites and getting kicks.
Okay.
And I should probably add that moo thing. So
They're not very nice animals, but they are good animals.
they serve a purpose.
And they're my friends.
Yes. So,
He gestures vaguely at the door.
Let's
Like-
go inside.
since it seems we're going to patronize your establishment, we will happily step inside.
Goes in.
Thank you, young master. Inside, the stale air still carries some of the winter chill, and a layer of dust is visible on the furniture. Please, make yourselves comfortable. I'll get a fire going. Name's Leo, by the way.
Pleased to meet you, Leo. My name is Miel Adelstein.
I'm Lamb.
You can call me Hecla.
Or Mama. That's what I call her.
Mama, okay.
Her
It's-
name is Hecla.
Don't call me Mama, please.
Like you told me earlier. But...
That's just for you.
Oh. She likes that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. And he gestures to the bar or the tables to like just sit down wherever. And he goes over to the side and starts lighting a fire in the fireplace.
The chairs are slightly too small, but like Hecla does her best.
Mm-hmm.
Miel's gonna just like dust off like the chair before.
Yeah,
he
you
sits
like
down.
you draw a finger
Yeah,
across, and it's
he's
just like.
definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Lamb pops out. It's just like.
Oh,
sorry.
Be a little more delicate.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Ugh.
I feel the chair like buckle for a second. Ooh.
It's been dusted in 15 years.
This place is nice.
I agree.
Thank you. Business has been a little slow.
Oh, why?
Oh, no particular reason. It's just maintenance has been difficult, and it's.
Why?
Can you roll a negotiation check for me?
Yeah.
Which I think is spirit and int.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at one of those.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
not.
A 6? Yeah. It's just. It's been hard for me to keep track of everything since my partner left.
Oh no. Where'd they go?
Don't. Jesus Christ. This is the hardest role playing I've ever done. She just things became it's fine, really.
You seem fine.
Yes. I am. Well, shall I put something on for you? Maybe some tea?
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Water?
Of course, I can do that.
Would be fine for me too.
Yeah, he'll bring you some water, and he'll make some rough tea. Actually, the tea I imagine is quite nice. It's like flavored with the perfume flowers that they use, so it's got this like
Nice and
lovely
aromatic.
sort of almost fruity taste to it.
Sweeter than the teas from the Stormlands. Hecla says as she takes. She's used to the bitterest, grossest tea.
Oh, so coffee.
As Miel takes a drink of this, there's anyone actually paying attention will catch the very little hint of a smile. Like it tastes nice.
Oh.
but
Lamb's paying
it's
attention.
We see
Smiling.
you're taking a sip, and there's this slight smile, and meanwhile across the table, Lamb's just got her elbows on it.
What are you staring at me for?
You like it.
It's tea. It's not terrible.
I don't like tea, but I think I want to try it if it made you smile.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, you're kind of picky. You're kind of particular.
Drink whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Water's pretty good, too.
Water's water.
Not everywhere. You'd be surprised.
Hecla just quietly sort of hands her mug over to Lamb.
Thanks, Mama.
No problem, Lambo. And then I think Hecla sort of turns her attention. Leo?
Mm-hmm.
No, I know you mentioned your businesses. You've been.
You're cutting out just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Hecla looks to Leo and says, "You mentioned your business. I myself, I'm a merchant. I've traveled quite a fair deal. Is there anything that we could do for you to help you? Marketing strategies, perhaps, or something along those lines?"
No, I'm in sort of a transitional phase at the moment, and once I get everything sorted out, I'm sure everything will be fine. In the town is fine.
We're in a transitional phase, too. We're moving.
Really?
Yeah. We're going on a long journey, and we're delivering this. And she holds up the box.
Lamb!
You're on a journey.
I didn't realize it was a secret. We had a party when we left.
It's probably not best to just shout it to everybody. We're delivering a package.
It's
is what
just
we're doing.
Leo.
Oh.
It's
That's
You want to
nothing
see it?
important.
I looked at it earlier. It's
No. Keep it closed.
Lamb, I don't know.
It's
if that's the
dangerous
best
a
idea.
little bit.
Does Lamb try to open the box?
I mean, yeah, probably. She's probably already
Neil's
doing
hand
it.
is like
Could
slapped
I
down.
try to
It's-
stop her?
It's latched shut.
Oh, it's locked.
Of course it
Oh,
is.
I didn't lock it.
Ugh,
Ah,
just
well,
don't worry about it.
whenever
I'll
you
show you later, Leo.
No, you won't.
Can I tell
I
that
will.
Leo seems not
Excuse
completely
me.
truthful?
Um,
I
roll.
get like a sense of something.
Yeah, roll in plus spirit.
In plus spirit.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
That's a 4 and an 8 for you, I believe.
Meanwhile, the kids are just like arguing with each other.
Yeah.
through the-
I am going to show it to
No,
him
you
later.
won't.
there you go.
Ah!
Whoa.
Oh!
He's not lying to you.
Okay.
He is being reserved. He clearly doesn't feel super comfortable sharing too much information with you. He's got some stuff that is like seriously weighing on him.
Baggage.
He's got a lot of worry happening in that blonde head of his that he does not necessarily want to share with the group.
Is there potential for me to be able to maybe get him to open up? What do you think?
I can't think of anything to propose to you.
Okay. All right. I think Hecla will just sort of tuck that information away then for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you're ready to turn in, the rooms are just up the stairs. You can choose any one that you like. The one thing is the onsen is closed at the moment, so I'm very sorry for that.
But you advertised that when you tried to get us to stay here.
Yeah, she's right.
He said nothing about it.
Oh.
There was a sign that said, "Try our onsen."
Is there a reason it's closed?
Just for renovation, cleaning.
You should try to do some of that inside.
Well, what's wrong with it?
No, it's just things get old, need to be taken care of.
Well, what needs to be taken care of?
Just the pipes. It's just I need to get someone in to.
I mean, I've seen a pipe
Take
before. I think I could handle it.
That's very kind of you. That's he like puts your hands in his and like does the like. It's so kind of you. But I couldn't ask that.
I'm gonna do it for free, even.
I couldn't accept such. I need to stop bumping my mic. Jesus, I couldn't accept such generosity.
But I don't see why not. I don't mind to do it, and then I get to use it when it's
Might as
fit.
well just let her do it because she's probably going to do it anyway.
Maybe in the morning we can take a look.
Or right now.
Lamb, don't push it.
Lambo. I'm sensing some hesitation, so shouldn't push the poor man.
He like looks pleadingly at you.
I just want to get.
She like pushes her finger out in front of your mouth.
Well,
We'll
it's
talk about this in a minute. Let's let him go.
it's getting late. I'll just close up the door. If you need anything, my door's right at the end of the hall. Thank you.
Okay.
Here
As soon as he
goes.
leaves, Hecla, something's happening, and I want to know what's going on.
He said that his partner left him. So I mean, that's probably what's going on. He's sad. And I don't blame him either. But if I fixed his pipes, then a lot more people would stay here, and it wouldn't be so dusty. So I wish you would just let me touch them, and we'll see what happens.
And
touch
really,
the
that sign
pipes.
is just false advertising. So
That's why I stayed here.
Yeah.
I don't have that much money. I just want to get in the hot springs.
me too.
Nothing was stopping you from jumping around in the water outside.
You're right, but I want an actual hot spring, not just knee-deep hot water.
Well, your tastes have suddenly gone up.
Just ask him for this much. We were in an avalanche this morning. I don't
I
think
still-
that's too much to ask.
I still feel cold from that.
Mhm.
Where do you think the pipes are?
We could look.
I think we should.
He just said not to bother, and you want to go snooping around in his inn?
He didn't say not to bother them. He said we could talk about it in the morning, and we can talk about it in the morning when the pipes are fixed.
Yeah, it'll be a nice gift.
It's a thank you gift, and maybe he'll give us a discount. You like discounts, right?
What? I can afford whatever I want.
Well, I'm just saying discounts are nice.
Sure, I guess. If you need to save money.
I
don't
need to save money. I do. I need to save money. I'm gonna Mama, let's go look for the pipes.
Hecla looks to me all and
I
goes,
want
"Wait,
no part of this. I will stay here. You two go and look at the pipes and do whatever you want, and I don't know anything about it.
If we get a discount, you can't get one.
That's fine. I don't need it.
Okay, little Lambo, but we have to be quiet, okay?"
Okay.
All right.
Neil,
So
however,
you
is
go.
definitely going to distract Leo.
Leo went up to bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for him. Rather.
Okay, you're like- you're
like to sneak around.
You're sitting in the common area near the bottom of the
Yeah.
stairs, watching to
Yeah.
see if Leo comes down.
Yeah. Just doing my book nerd thing.
Yeah. So Lamb and Hecla, you go poking around. It's not hard to find the onsen. There are literal signs pointing the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when you get to sort of the sliding door for the that says onsen up above it, and probably in broken English like house bath,
Mhm.
there's a sign hanging on it that says closed for cleaning.
I'm opening that.
Yeah.
Going in.
The onsen is nice. It's there's a sort of like there's an undressing area and all that, and then out there's this there are two pools of like rock pools with this warm steamy hot spring water coming in, and it seems nice.
It doesn't look down for maintenance to me.
What's his deal?
I
Plus,
think
we
he
should
did
test
want us
it.
to have a night. We should test it.
So you both could do the like, and then all right.
Oh, no.
As you slip into the scented hot springs water, a sudden chill runs down your back. Your shoulders tense, your chest tightens, and your heart pounds loudly in your ears as a large, dark shape rises from the pool. You scramble backward out of the onsen in fear, and the vision dissipates. Still, you can't shake the feeling that something very bad is in the water. And you both suffer shock 9, which I believe, Lamb, your condition is higher than 9, so you don't. But Hecla, you suffer shock 9.
What's my condition level? Oh, 8. Yeah. Shoot. Okay.
And shock, I believe, is a -1 to all of your stats?
Oh,
Or is that exhaustion?
this makes
let's,
sense.
Let's double check.
I was gonna say Hecla curls up in a ball. It's just sort of like reminds her of something that's happened back home, like the dark shadows.
Mhm.
Yeah, it freaks her right
Yeah,
out.
shock is all for stats reduced by 1 size.
Oh no.
And the way you can remove that is I believe there's a healing service you can spend money on to remove a condition, or if your condition roll is ever 9 or higher, it will be removed.
Okay, my dexterity can't go any lower. But yeah, okay. All reduced by 1 die size.
But yeah, you just
And
have this feeling of dread deep inside of you.
Yeah, I think Lamb like scrambles over to Hecla and starts like patting her face and is like, "Ma'am, are you okay?"
She can't find words at all. She's totally actually shocked right now.
Yeah.
And she's going back through her memory, just remembering the storm that came to her hometown. And it was dark. And it was just, she got the same vibe from this.
What was that thing?
I don't know, Lamb. I don't know.
Oh, Well, I guess I see why it's closed now. That was horrifying.
It was. Um, sh- that just seems so strange to me.
Well,
Should
what?
we?
I feel bad for that guy now. Mama, can we not tell Mule?
I don't know. Do you think he would know?
No, I just think that he'd feel. What's the word for when someone realizes that they are right and they feel really good about it?
Arrogance?
Maybe. I just think that he'd really like it that we were wrong.
He would. And as much as it pains me to let him have that, I feel like he might have a book that would know something about this.
Okay,
We should
but
tell him.
we won't tell him that we were scared at all.
Okay, deal. And she sticks out her hand.
Yes,
Her
she
big
shakes
hand.
it. Yes, she shakes him with both of her hands.
Okay. So we head back in.
Yeah.
All right.
So
They've got like their hair's wet and
So, like, about how long were you guys gone?
probably like 5 minutes.
Okay.
not
Not long.
Yeah.
Hecla looks like she's seen a ghost. Like when you
Okay.
walking.
Yeah, Mjol's just like
Hell.
face down in papers and books, scribbling notes and things down, and like blindly taking drinks of the tea.
Mm.
Lamb just like sits down at the table and is like, so we
Oh, you're
figured
done
out
already.
we figured out why it's closed. It's not
And?
pipes.
And you
Nothing's
just see
wrong with the
Hecla.
pipes.
Hecla's kind of just like rocking a little bit, like she's definitely not the pipes.
What did you find?
Mama, what would you say it was? Like a ghost? There was something in the water.
Something in the water? Like an animal or something
No.
magical?
Maybe something magical. It kind of felt like a scary, spooky, dark,
A vision of horrifying doom.
a vision
Okay.
of horrifying doom, according
That's-
to Mama.
That's kind of two sides of a very broad spectrum, but okay, I follow.
Well, I mean, I would say you could go get in it, but I think it would really freak you out.
Oh, really?
If you think you can handle it,
Do you understand the depths of this child's arrogance?
I'm
Do
crying.
you really?
I really don't think you should. I think you would get really freaked out.
Mule, I wouldn't recommend it. It was
Mama
dark.
got freaked out even.
Did
And
you
look at her.
Did you get in the water? Stick your hand or something in the water?
I did. She's like patting her hair. Wet, and it's like just like matted.
He just
Come here.
What?
and kind of reaches out to just like check some of the water and see if he can like just get some of it on his hands.
Seems like water.
Hmm.
Okay. Well,
Mule, we thought you might know what it was.
I'd have to go look at it to see.
You could roll int plus int to see if you've heard of something similar to this.
Spooky.
Can I just use my refined education as a noble, which is int plus int?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
Hey, a 13.
I know. I have approximate knowledge.
I will
of
give that to
everything.
you. This is a curse. There's a curse on the water. You're not sure what kind of curse or what caused it, but there's a curse on the water.
So, flipping through my book of notes on who knows what.
It sounds like a curse. Some sort of, I don't know, some kind of enchantment on the water that either somebody placed or.
I know who did it.
Do you?
It was his partner that left. I'm convinced.
What proof do you have of that?
My gut feeling.
Okay, your gut feeling isn't proof. That's just your gut feeling.
Proof enough for me. We need to find them and confront them and get them to remove the curse.
Or we could not do that and rest tonight and think of a better plan in the morning.
Well, you can think all you want, but I don't think you're going to think of one better than confrontation. You got to get it all out in the open.
Right. And do you even know where his partner is?
No.
Okay.
But we could always ask him.
We do have a road we need to follow. In case you forgot, there's this amulet that you're carrying around. For some reason, I don't know why they gave it to you.
Because I have magical powers, as we have seen.
No, you don't.
Well, we all saw it, so I think I do.
No.
Mama saw it. No saw it, definitely. Giddy maybe saw it.
I know magic. You don't have magic.
You saw it!
I'm pretty sure that was the amulet.
Harnessed by
never
me.
mind. It doesn't matter right now. We're not going to go looking for his partner and charging around. We just got here.
Right? Well, we don't have to do it right now. You can have your tea and your doodles, and we'll go to sleep, and we'll think of better ideas if we can. I don't think any of us are going to think of a better idea than confrontation, getting it all out in the open, putting all of our cards on the table, having a frank conversation. And we can talk with Leo and find his partner and get them to lift the curse. Problem solved.
Sure. And how are you going to explain how you discovered this? We weren't exactly supposed to go trespassing in the spring without his permission. He might get a little upset about that, and we might not have a place to stay.
I think it's his fault because he didn't lock the door.
Oh, wow. Okay, sure. If you want to explain that to him, you go right ahead.
I plan on it.
Ugh.
Mama, this is a good idea, right?
And so this whole time that the two of you have been bickering, Hekla's just been, you know, in the animes when their eyes lose their
Yeah.
oh,
It's
she's
display.
she's not here stressed out. And I think when you say Mama, she kind of like blinks out of it for a moment and looks to Lamb and goes, to be honest, I'm feeling quite tired right now. Maybe we could sleep on it and regroup in the morning.
Yeah, I think so.
How does that sound, Neil?
You look like you need it most of all.
I feel like I do.
I feel
You
like I'm
didn't
going to
get
be
struck
awake
by the
all
curse?
night.
You would be. The curse didn't hit you, did it?
I don't know. I just need some rest, I think.
Well, if you still feel like that in the morning, we should find a doctor.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
doctors fix curses?
A doctor, a wizard, something. I'm not good with curses as
feel
far
like-
as fixing them.
I feel like doctors are wizards
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah, probably.
Doctors.
Like, it's all the same thing. I mean, the book mentions wedzards or something that are
Wedzards.
weather wizards that predict the weather with magic.
Meteorologist.
Yeah.
Yep, but with magic.
Yeah.
Meteoromancers.
So you head off to bed.
I think so.
Yeah.
Miola's gonna go up first to try and find the nicest room. I'm gonna open every door until he finds the one that I like.
No, I think you're similarly unimpressed with every single room you check, and then you just settle
Sure.
with the last one you go to.
Sure.
Yeah. Hekla's just clonking up the steps, and she takes whatever bed she finds, tucks herself into it.
Lamb runs outside to go check on No and Giddy and like stands there for a very long time debating, trying to drag them inside. Like, could she get them inside? But she's not sure about stairs. And so she finally just gives them each like a hug, even though I'm sure they're headbutting / kicking her the whole time. And goes back inside and goes to bed.
All right. Everybody make a condition check for the morning. We'll see how you're feeling.
Okay.
Wow, what a long day we
I
had.
know, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Y'all definitely shook out every single element of the bed before getting into it as well.
Yeah, there are no bugs or anything, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean he doesn't think there
Ugh.
were.
And the shock affects my condition check?
Yes.
Does it? Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
9. Oh wait, 8. Just kidding.
Are you sure there weren't bugs in the bed?
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Fortunately, I don't think
Hecla is cursed.
I don't think anything happens on a fumble for condition.
Oh, jeez.
So thank God. But your condition is 2, which means you
Yeah.
like can't concentrate today. You're out of it. Let's roleplay that. I think that's the most interesting condition out of the 3 that y'all rolled. So you wake up in the morning and you're just like your head is cloudy and foggy and what do you do when you first wake up?
I don't even think she quite gets out of bed. She sits up and she sort of just sits in the bed staring at the door. And I think she's having a flashback to what happened again.
Okay.
I think it just triggered something in her, this awful memory of the catastrophe.
So do we
Um,
maybe see Hecla waking up back in her home in the Stormlands?
I think, yeah, like outside, she's in the room in the inn, but outside the window, like in this weird, like dreamscapey thing,
Mhm.
it's not Snowdrop Town outside, it's her hometown.
Mhm.
It's like a port city, and you can see that the ocean is out in the distance, and there's big dark clouds coming in off the ocean. And she's just staring out the window at watching the clouds come towards her, and there's the shriek of like just a massive creature that she can hear, and there's thunder, and in the shocks of lightning, you can see the shape of a winged creature swooping in and out of the clouds, basically, a dragon, and she's just staring at it, and she's sort of stuck in this memory in the morning, and I'm sure she wouldn't be the first one out of bed, and the others would probably notice that she hasn't left her room.
Yeah. I already know the answer, but which one of you opens the door to Hecla's room to shake her out of this? Yep, it's Lamb. So you see that vision outside your window,
Oh, Lamb.
and then the creak of your door, or probably the slam of your door hitting the wall as it's thrown open. And the vision fades, and you're in your room in the inn.
Oh,
Man,
Lamb.
oh, you're awake.
I suppose I am. 'Cause she's like has been in this weird dream state for a moment.
Well, I was gonna go downstairs and get breakfast and talk to Leo about his lost love.
Sorry.
It's so hard to keep the straight face.
I know.
Lamb. So
That's amazing. Hecla sort of just stares at you blankly, and I suppose we should find out what's going on here.
Mama, you don't look so good.
I don't feel so good.
Did you sleep?
I think so. And she like scratches her head, like, did I sleep? I don't know. It wasn't a restful.
yeah, you like don't remember sleeping, but you also don't remember not sleeping.
Yeah, it's been an awful night.
Well, maybe you could get some juice. Juice normally makes me feel a lot better. Pappy says it's because it's got a lot of sugar in it.
Juice sounds good. And she's like makes no effort to get out. Like I think you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you cut out. You cut
Yeah,
out.
you
Joel?
cut way out.
Oh, hello. Are we
Yep.
good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she says juice sounds good, but then she doesn't move, and I think she's not gonna make any effort
Yeah.
to like take her and lead her downstairs.
Yeah. Lamb like runs over and is like, "Come on," and like grabs her hands and starts pulling.
And she just slumps out of bed and sort
Yeah.
of yeah.
All right, then I think as Lamb pulls Hecla downstairs, we are going to go to our third and final break of the evening, and we will come back to see what these disastrous people do to this poor town.
See, Dylan's just panicking because he figured out what happened. Dylan, how to make it harder.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right,
Yeah,
we'll be back in
I'm sure.
just a couple minutes. And hello, welcome back to the final hour of Fun Shots, episode 1. So you head down the stairs. The warm air of the common area has been suffused with earthy smells of root vegetables cooking in broth, and a faint humming can be heard from the kitchen.
Lamb tries to get in on that song. She starts humming along to it.
Oh, he pokes his head out of the kitchen. Good morning. I hope you slept well.
I slept great. It was really nice.
Lovely. I'm putting together a soup really quick.
Do you need any help? I've made soup.
No, it's just about done. He disappears back into the kitchen, and then there's
Okay, we'll wait out here.
He comes back out with 3 bowls of soup, sets them on the tables in front of you. It's like a rich sort of like a beef broth with maybe some chunks of meat in there, and like some carrots and some potatoes and celery.
Hearty breakfast.
Yeah.
I think, and as she's taking the soup, she's like, "Thank you. I think that you should have breakfast with us."
Okay. I'd love to. Goes into the back, gets himself a bowl, sits down. Whoop.
Yeah, before he gets back, she's like, "Now we can get all the dirt."
Yeah.
Neil is momentarily distracted by the breakfast, just kind of pushing stuff around in there, looking at how well made it is or isn't.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I would say you've probably eaten a lot of terrible food in your time, given that your dad's always away and you're kind of a shut-in.
We have servants.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you've had good food.
Cook.
It's good.
Okay.
It would not be classic D&D tavern fare. It's actually quite good. He's a skilled cook.
Lamb's just gulping it down, eating it as fast as possible.
It smells good, but Hekla's just slowly spooning it in to her mouth.
Mjol is eating it with the best table manners you can possibly imagine.
Of course, back
Both
straight.
elbows on the table over here.
He's just kind of no slurping or anything, and just looking
Hekla's...
at these
Yeah, Hekla doesn't have enough strength right now to even sit up straight, so she literally just has one giant arm on the table, leaning into it, and just slurping up the soup with the other hand.
Mama, you gotta eat, especially if you didn't sleep very well.
Oh, it's just not sitting right, Lambo.
You didn't sleep. I'm so sorry.
It's not anything.
It's not your fault.
Still, my sympathy.
So, Leo,
Yes?
I have a confession. And you gotta promise
He
you're
looks
not gonna
terrified at Hekla. Oh god, what is this child doing now?
You gotta promise me, Leo, you gotta promise me you're not gonna get mad at me about what I did or didn't do.
And Hekla looks at him and goes, "You have to promise."
I promise?
Why is your hot spring cursed?
I got in your hot spring. We got in it, and we saw the curse.
Someone's gonna have to make
it so much.
Someone's gonna have to make a negotiation check.
Yeah.
I think
I will.
It sounds
might be
sounds
Mjol, yeah.
Lamb. Oh, okay.
I will make the
because
negotiation.
Lamb's just being nice, and Mjol was tell me a thing.
Sure, that's right. Yes.
Mjol's speak to me, peasant.
I was like, I did something bad, forgive me. And Mjol was like, we know about your curse.
The fuck is wrong with your onsen, bitch?
Good cop, bad cop?
Yeah. This is the negotiating down.
Right.
Yes. Right, what's... Oh.
A 9. Yeah, with a 9. Cursed. This is It's the first I'm hearing of it. It's been so
Well,
cold.
like you said that it was down for maintenance because it needed repairs and stuff. And so I
Yes.
figured that I could go and fix your pipes and I could probably have it
Oh,
fixed by morning. And so I went in there and me and Mama, we went in there and it looked completely fine to us. And it said it was closed for cleaning, but it looks pretty clean to me. So we got in it and there was something else in the water. And Leo, you really need to tell the truth here and just let us know what's going on so we can help you because I'm pretty sure that your partner who left put a curse on your spring so that your
what?
business would fail.
No, she would never. No, she doesn't even use magic. Um, this is the first I'm hearing about a curse. You say?
Have you been in the hot springs?
Yes. It's cold.
Well, it wasn't cold when we went in there. It was cursed.
I see. I should take a look at this. And he'll like stand up from the table.
Maybe
And-
don't get in the water.
Wait, you should finish your food first. Look what it did to Mama.
I'm just gonna go check.
And she pokes Mama's cheek and she's like, look at her.
Like a little bit of drool, kind of like.
He like
He's just like overdoing it now.
he like just edges out of the room and goes to go check the onsen.
Wait, I'll go
Be
with
careful,
you.
Leo.
Emil's gonna hop up and follow after him because he hasn't actually seen this. up
Mule,
close yet.
Mule, wait. We should talk about this because I don't think that you can handle it.
I'm just going to look. I'm not going to be stupid and put my hand in the water.
It looks normal.
Okay, maybe to you.
And Hecla reaches over and sort of grabs you by the shoulder.
Uh,
Probably accidentally a little bit too hard because that's the way she does things.
What?
And looks and says, "Please be careful, Mule. Please be careful."
I can handle it because I'm strong, but I don't know about you.
I'll be fine.
Do you need me to go with you?
No, you stay here and look after her. I'll be fine.
March
yeah, you're
after
right.
Leo.
Stay with Mama.
All right, so you're heading to the
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
catch up
onsen.
with Leo so I can go take a look at this
Yeah, he
magical
like
bullshit.
slides the door open and walks in, sticks his hand in the water and looking at the water, like there's steam, it's hot, it's onsen like. It's like sticks his hand in. It's just so cold. He pulls his hand out.
All right.
Doesn't
Lean
look-
over, take a look at it. Should I can I sense check or do something to
yeah,
magical
make a sense check. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no. Let's do a just spirit.
Spirit?
Yeah, which I think is the same for you anyway. But
Yes. So we'll just roll that.
for flavor, I think this is like you're trying to feel something from the. Yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
Seems like water to you.
Huh.
Just looking at it anyway.
Okay. Is there anything organic lying around in the room that I can pick up and perhaps throw in the water?
Maybe there's like in a cupboard somewhere. There's like a brush or something for
A
cleaning
brush or
the.
something? Okay. I'm just gonna
That's
dig
probably
around
wooden.
until I find like a brush or whatever.
Yeah.
Chuck it in the water.
Hey, he reaches in, pulls it out. Looks fine.
Huh. Okay, that's weird. Well, pull off the glove.
Stick
Dip
your
my
hand in.
hand in.
All right. What's your condition for the day?
6.
Is it less than 9? Yeah. So you reach
no,
in,
Mule.
and this looming black shape rises
Uh-oh.
above you, and you're stricken with like horrible anxiety, and you know that you are about to die, and you scramble backwards, and it disappears. But you are now suffering from shock 9, which is a -1 to all your stats.
Cool. Now I'm part of the club.
What? Are
Oh,
you okay? What happened? It's not that cold.
No, it was definitely a curse of some kind. That didn't happen to you.
What?
There was a dark thing in the water. I thought I was going to die.
He looks in the water. I don't see anything.
Mule is just like quivering and shaking, but like trying to keep his cool. But he is normally a pale boy. He is like sheet white, almost
Mhm.
gray at this point.
Let's go back upstairs.
Okay. So you head back out to the common area, and Mule is clearly shaken. You two can both tell just
I
looking at
told
him.
you. I told you.
It's just cold.
Leo, I figured it out.
Okay.
Obviously, your partner didn't want to curse you.
Okay.
There's unresolved feelings there. We need to talk. We need to confront them about this.
I'm not comfortable with this at all.
Well,
Where is
you
this?
don't have to talk to them, but I can talk to them. I'm very friendly.
I would really prefer that you not.
I feel like I need to for the sake of your business.
Lamb, could you roll a negotiation for me?
Yes. I'd love to.
I'd love to.
Negotiating. Yes, that's a thing I do.
I'm not smart. Hold on. Let's find out what
I
happens.
think while you're having this conversation, okay.
No, probably not good.
A 6, yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not being very tactful.
No.
Yikes. While you're having this conversation, I think Hecla sees the look in Mule's eyes and sort of to this, like, pulls him over to the side and says, "You saw it, didn't you? Did you see it too?
Yes.
Something, a shadow, I don't know what it was.
Uh-huh. It's definitely some kind of curse.
Is it possible it's what Lamb thinks it is? A scorned partner or a love or something like that? What do you think?
I don't know.
Now that
need
you've
to-
seen it, I would allow you another knowledge roll.
Sure.
Because you've actually experienced the curse directly.
Sure. So I guess another education-y check. Int.
Int.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I was
no.
so screwed up
It
right
was
now.
almost a fumble. Jeez.
This curse.
This curse is
Dylan,
weird.
Get
what did you do to our roll?
We're never leaving Snowdrop Town.
Look, I can only be so mean to my Tomb of Annihilation group. Because they die.
The rest just comes on to us.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
sweet angels who've never done anything wrong in their lives.
It's harder for you to die in this game, so I get to be much crueler.
Sure.
Okay.
You have to go through a lot of mental
Makes
torment.
sense.
It's fine.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to torment your NPCs, so get ready.
Turnabout is fair play.
So Miol is just kind of, and just like he can't like get his thoughts together no matter how hard he tries. It's just like that image kind of keeps coming back and shaking him away from his thoughts. So I just need some time to think about it. That's all.
Okay.
Um,
Excuse me, Leo.
Yes.
Can you tell us anything about what's going on? When did this start? When is it just here or is it throughout the town? I know the springs are outside.
It's just the onsen here is. I don't know what this curse you're talking about is.
Well, when did it get cold? You said it got cold.
Yes. It was a few weeks ago.
Did anything happen around the same time? Maybe a change in relationship?
I suppose it was about a week afterward. But
You know what Pappy said? There are no coincidences in this world.
who's he turns to Hecla. Who's Pappy?
You can't figure out who Pappy is?
She has a bunch of old
It's
men
my
who raped
Pappy!
her.
Her pappy is her pappy, you know. I don't know. Her pappy.
Don't ask.
Okay.
It's
Blank
better
stare.
if you just don't.
Leo, I'm going to promise you something. We are going to fix the water problem here.
I'm just. You don't have to worry about that. I'm just waiting.
Listen, I'm
On a
just
grant
worried about you
from-
because it's dusty in here.
Waiting for.
A grant. Business has
grant.
been slow, so I put in for a grant from the Baroness to pay for some renovation. I'm just waiting on that to clear. That's all.
The Baroness.
Yes.
Would I know that? Who that is?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
She is Baroness Sarah Morose.
Snowdrop. Baroness Morose?
Sarah, yeah, Baroness Morose, yes.
Which house is hers?
Ah. She...
Sorry.
He's like
Perhaps I
clearly
didn't
trying to think of it
explain-
if he should tell you or not.
Perhaps I didn't explain this correctly. I am Mjol Adelstein of the City of Snow. My father is one of the sitting lords on the council.
Oh.
Lamb gives 5 gold or 5 currency over to Hecla from a previous bet of how long it would take Mule to mention.
Yeah.
In case you weren't
I
aware,
would-
my father is kind of a big deal in the City of Snow.
Hecla just quietly takes the coins.
I'm so sorry. Yes, her manor is just up the road, a little ways. It's large. It's hard to miss.
Wonderful. Perhaps I could speak with her on your behalf and see if we could get that grant approved a little sooner.
He looks fearfully at Lamb.
I will speak. She will
Right.
not.
Can I help with
Won't
this?
you?
Well,
You're not talking to the Baroness.
That's very
why not?
kind of you.
Just to find out where she lives.
Yeah, tell us where she lives.
Yeah, he told
Hecla,
you.
Oh, did he? Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
missed it.
She's up the road. Big house, hard to miss.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yes.
Wonderful. I will take care of that for you.
Thank
Lamb
you.
goes up and gives Leo a big hug.
I think you like maybe lift him a half an inch off the ground.
Don't worry, friend, we're here for you.
And Hecla comes and does the shoulder squeeze.
mm,
Mule
We're
does
gonna-
not do any of this affection bullshit.
I'll
We'll
just.
help you out.
I'm gonna see to the animals then. Me-
Yes, of course. Thank
Watch
you.
out, cause like I told you, no bites and giddy kicks. So
And Moo might sit on you. So
yeah, be careful with your,
Right.
fingers.
Yes.
I'm going to go see the Baroness.
Well, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
I should probably come to.
You two could probably wait outside and enjoy the nice weather. And
I've never met a Baroness, and I'd really like to.
I'm an excellent negotiator.
It's true. Mama's very good at talking to people.
Right. Lamb?
Yes. Yeah,
He reaches up and like picks some twigs and hay and crap out of her hair.
It's like I didn't even know that was in there.
That's
thank you.
that's not enough, but it's a start.
Can I tell you something?
Hmm.
You look like you need to be a part of a group hug. She
No, that's
comes in
okay.
for the hug.
Ah!
We're coming for it.
All right.
Let's go!
Come on, Mama.
Hecla gets in. Oh, totally. Hecla's like, I need this as much as you, Mule. Reaches around over you.
And it's just like fur trimmed arms flailing.
Nice.
Let's just go see the Baroness.
You look even paler than normal, and I didn't think that was possible.
That's a good question, actually. Do you look paler or do you look redder?
At this point, probably redder now.
Yeah.
All right. So you go to the Baroness's manor.
Lamb skipping ahead. She's the only one who feels fine.
I think you,
She stared into the eyes of evil and said, "No, thank you."
Mule, you can name drop a little bit and
Okay.
get an audience with her, no
Sure.
problem.
Just be like, do you know who my dad is?
Yeah.
You know who my pappy is?
Nobody cares who your pappy is.
The Baroness's chamber
Do something
is
about this.
well appointed. Nearly every surface draped in cloths of ice blue and lilac. The Baroness
Excellent.
herself reclines on a chaise lounge near a censer of lightly scented incense.
Hekla's taking all of this in because she's got an eye for fine things, I think, and their value. So she's sort of just scanning the room a bit.
Lamb's just like spinning in circles as they like make their way in, like looking at everything. Never seen anything so beautiful.
Hello.
It's no big deal to me. All he's been in nice places.
Hi.
He lives in a nice place.
Baroness,
Yes.
an honor to meet you. I am Mule Air Adelstein. Here's
I'm
Hekla.
Lamb.
And these are my traveling companions, Lamb and
Hekla!
Yes.
Nice to meet you. And she sticks out her like big grubby hand.
Lamb,
She
like
just-
the baby sheep.
She just looks at your hand. It is nice to meet all of you.
You seem sad.
Oh no.
So
No,
we
not at all.
hear from Master Leo in town that he submitted to you a grant for repairs of his hot spring, which appears to be slightly under need for repair in a sort of magical way, actually.
It's cursed.
Yes.
I see. That does sound like quite the problem. I'll be sure to look in on that as soon as I can.
Oh no, you're cursed too, aren't you?
No.
Lamb!
Why would you think that?
You just seem real sad. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend you. You just seem real sad and you're talking real quiet.
Have you gone into the spring? Have you seen that darkness?
Did you used to be with Leo?
Roll a negotiation check.
Roll what check?
Who's doing it?
Actually, one of you roll a negotiation and somebody else roll sense.
I'll do a negotiate. What do you think?
Your stats are shit right now, Hekla.
I mean-
but I do have I have negotiation as a skill.
Oh, that's true.
something
That's
that-
true. You've
So
got
you do that.
you've
I'll
got a
do
thing that
sense.
gives you a +1, right?
Because I'm a merchant, so I have a little bit of.
I'll do sense. My
Ability there.
worst and my best.
Does it
All right.
automatically give me that in roll 20, or do I need to? add
It
that on,
should.
you think? Okay, let's find out.
Let's find out. Yeah,
Negotiation, and if it doesn't, then whatever.
Yeah. You can
I'm
calculate it.
scared.
I'll add it on afterwards. Where is it on here? Drinking, stealth, perception, dodge, delicate work,
It's-
negotiation.
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It did. Awesome.
Wow,
It's
I
got a
did the
7
worst
and a
and best that I
9.
could do.
Okay, so she is. Let me double check.
What is negotiation? Int and spirit?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, I think my stats are wrong. Oh no. Oh, it did calculate it wrong.
Did it?
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
a plus
Can I
something.
reroll?
Well, your stats should be reduced right now.
It is, but my spirit
Okay.
should be at 6, not at 4.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It's slightly-
Then
can I retry?
yeah, go ahead and reroll it.
Okay. Oh, it's even worse.
Worse.
Not
Ugh.
any better.
Okay.
I got a 9.
So you did not roll high enough to get any information out of her
Sure.
directly. She's not going to say anything to that except that, like, oh, no, of course I'll look into it. I'm sorry to hear about this. But you, Lamb, when you say, were you dating Leo? There's a reaction that you notice. She, like, clearly gets a little sad in response.
Oh.
But she doesn't say anything.
I think I think she realizes something. Like she sees this reaction and she gets quiet for like one moment in her life. And I think she starts to kind of walk up a little bit. And
Hi.
she's like, you know, it's okay if you're sad.
I'm not really.
No, I know. I'm just saying, if you were, it would be okay if you were. You're allowed to be sad, and you don't have to tell people you're okay if you're not okay.
Okay.
When I am sad, I just cry wherever I am, no matter who I'm with.
That's very honest of you.
She's
Makes me
very
feel better.
honest.
And I think that if you're sad and if you have something going on where you feel like you need to talk to somebody, then you should just talk to them, because confrontation, you just got to get it all out there on the table. You got to put all your cards out there. You just got to lay it all out for everybody to see. And you gotta have an honest, frank conversation with people and tell them how you're feeling. Because if you don't say how you're feeling, they will never know. She's getting very passionate now.
Do you have this written on a card somewhere? Because you're really good at this speech.
Can you go ahead and roll
Kathy
negotiation
said this all the time. Yeah.
for me?
Heckler's
Lamb?
just nodding like in the
Yeah,
background.
of course.
5.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You just need to tell them how you're feeling.
What have I done? What
Did
have
you
I
curse
done?
the hot spring?
No, but he was so convincing when he came.
What?
I didn't know what else to do.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
A little more information would be helpful.
The man
She's talking.
with the dark eyes.
Oh.
He came to me and he said, well, Leo always said that he wanted children, and so when I found out, I couldn't do that to him. The man said he could make it all okay. I just had to let him into the spring. What have I done? And she just buries her face in her hands.
The
There,
shadow.
there. And she starts patting her aggressively on the shoulder, like, no.
Lamb? Delicately?
There.
Is there a source or an entrance to this spring by any chance, madam?
Yes. It's in the center of town. There's a small gate leads down beneath the streets.
Would we by any chance be able to take a look at this and get inside?
Yes, of course. She reaches over to like a side table and grabs a key and gives it to you.
Right. Mule takes the key.
Okay, well, we're here. We're involved. We might as well try to fix this.
We're gonna
Mama,
fix this.
somebody needs a group hug. And she starts pointing at the Baroness, like,
Neil backs up.
Can you roll?
Heckler wraps an arm, or tries to wrap an arm around Mule to get him in.
Can I dodge, please?
Okay. Mule, roll Dex
Okay.
to dodge, and Lamb, I want you to roll Spirit to try and cheer the Baroness up.
okay.
My dex is actually bad right now.
It's shit. It's 4.
Well, it's basically as bad as
It's as bad as I can get.
I forgot to take off the bonus, so let's see. Dex. There we go.
How can I, is that a specific roll?
I
How
think
do I roll just spirit?
you can just make an additional check at the bottom of the checks page, and just call it comfort.
Aw.
Aw.
Cute.
I just cheated and used stealth because that was a dex.
That works.
8.
An 8. Yeah. She leans into the hug. She'll like put one arm up, and she participates. She appears to be cheered by your comfort. Mule with that 5. No, you get roped into this hug. Yeah.
I gotcha.
You know
See,
how
we
a
all
cat
feel
looks
better
when you're
now.
holding it and it doesn't want to be held?
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
Yep.
squirming away.
It's that.
Isn't this nice, Mule?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's nice. I know.
It's really nice.
No,
Like
you,
it.
you
You
guys
look-
smell like animals.
Thank you.
I mean, you're no rose
Thank you.
yourself.
Ugh.
Okay.
Don't
And then
worry.
Hecla relaxes.
Don't worry, Baroness. We're gonna figure this out for you. You don't need to feel sad anymore. But if you want to feel sad for a little while longer, you can. And if you need to cry, you can.
Also, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the man with the dark eyes
Unless it's too upsetting for you.
when you're feeling up to it.
That's right. When you're feeling up to it.
Okay.
Are you feeling up to it right now? Because we gotta go.
Your empathy.
He,
Just a sliver.
I couldn't quite place where he was from, but it wasn't from here. He was tall. He wore a black cloak, with furs and brass and sort of these spiral patterns.
Did it
But
feel like a storm when he came?
I suppose it did.
Hecla like stumbles backwards and like knocks over the most expensive thing that was behind her.
Yeah, like a vase crashes to the ground.
Ugh.
And she like tries to pick it up and fix it, but like
Don't leave it.
It's fine.
Are you okay? Do you know who this is?
I don't even want to imagine. I think we should tend to this. We're gonna fix this for you, Baroness.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know a thing or two about magic. I might be able to render some assistance.
I
So we
also
just have to
know a
get it-
thing or two about magic.
She thinks she knows a thing or two about magic. We can solve this. We will look into it for you.
I only hope that someday the town will forgive me.
Well, we're not going to tell anybody.
They don't have to know.
Yeah, we're not going to tell anybody. But, you know, Leo seems real sad. That's all I'm going to say about that.
She just like lounges back in the on the chaise and just looks wistfully out the window.
Oh my God. I love her.
So you said there was a gate? We're heading to a gate?
Yeah, there's a gate in the
Middle of
center of town.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We should head.
Let's go.
And I think on the way
sprinting out the door.
Oh yeah.
Lamb.
On the way over, Hecla's gonna think about this man and what she said about the stormy feeling. Do you think she would get any kind of clue from that? Like a knowledge roll or something?
It doesn't sound familiar. No.
Okay.
You can tell though from what she described of his attire that is like Stormland's clothing.
He's a Stormlander, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you head into town, and it's pretty easy to find. There's this sort of like stone, like a tunnel entrance, I guess. If you ever played, what was it? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the tunnel entrances. It's like that. It's like this brick thing with a big iron gate on it. The lock on the gate is broken.
Huh.
It looks like somebody's been here.
Looks that way.
So, Mule, I was pretty spot on about what was going on here, wasn't
Good
I?
for you. Let's investigate this. He opens the gate.
Mule,
Yes?
maybe I should go first.
Why?
I think you would be safer behind me.
Should I
Okay.
go first?
No, Lamb. Let me go ahead.
Okay,
You can-
Mama.
you can stick by me though, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we proceed into the tunnel.
All right. After a short walk, you find the source of Snowdrop's hot spring water in a low stone chamber. The thick air smells strongly of sulfur, and your feet slide uneasily on the slick rocks.
no.
Beside the burbling spring, a black crystalline feather pierces the ground. What do you do?
I'm gonna go take a look at that feather.
I was gonna say the same thing, but maybe touch it immediately.
It sounds like she's gonna run up. Mule is just gonna.
Can I stop her?
Yeah, so
Can I try to stop her?
What's this?
as you approach, the feather crackles with black, jagged energy, and these 4 bolts of power arc off of it and slam into the ground, and where they rise, these sort of 2D, almost polygonal humanoid creatures rise from the ground, and the feather itself shatters and reforms into the shape of a small dragon. And we are going to start our first combat. So, let me
I can't befriend them.
let me
No. But you
delete
can punch
this
them.
image. Boom.
I can punch. Hey, where's the nearest stick?
So
And
we've got some
As
things.
the leader, I have to keep track of all the.
Yeah, you're gonna keep track of everyone's initiative. So
Okay.
everyone needs to roll initiative. And then let me just go to the combat section because it's like nice and simple and formulaic, and we just follow the steps. So that's journey checks,
Oh, that was weird.
combat. Okay, we need to decide on 5 objects in the area. These are things that you can use to improve the situation on the battlefield. What are some things that are laying around?
Where do I roll initiative?
Big
Okay.
rock. Yeah, where's initiative?
It's in the skill checks.
It is.
Yeah.
So there's a big rock.
Oh, I see it. Oh, hi. I'm very good at this. At hitting
Oh damn,
things.
yeah.
I think there's a flimsy gate that we pushed open when we came in the room, so I think there's like a
Okay,
gate.
flimsy gate.
Yeah.
And go ahead and Joel, just write people's names in the initiative tracker. Let me double check initiative. The monsters, the little ones have an initiative of 4, and the dragon has an initiative of 5.
Okay.
So
Which-
it'll be Lamb first, then Hecla, then. So in the initiative tracker in the bottom, just
At
put
the
them in
bottom, yeah.
order.
Okay. Oh, I see. Neat.
So we've got a flimsy gate, we've got a big rock. What about you, Mule? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna say maybe there's like a little kind of a tiny moat of water around where the feather was.
Oh, a little magical.
Yeah,
Moat
like
of
it was
water.
basically on a chunk of rock in the middle of a little pool.
Okay. There's a moat of water, and then I'm gonna say there is a there's a patch of. Oh, come on, text tool. Patch of mossy ground.
Mm. Can I draw the little water thing on the map?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so like that.
Moat of water, flimsy gate. We need one more item. Anyone with an idea, go ahead and throw it out.
Stick? You want to give me a stick?
There's I mean,
A
it's,
branch. A large branch.
why would there be a branch down here?
Maybe there's like
Maybe a bucket.
a mop and a bucket.
Yeah.
A bucket.
A bucket, sure. We got a bucket. All right. So,
You said dragon was 5, right?
yes. So dragon will go at the same time as mule, it looks like.
Yeah. If you're tied, does one go before? Do characters go first?
Stunt start of encounter unless special action. Let me see. Initiative, dex plus int. 2 more characters get the same initiative. Character with the higher condition score goes first. Its condition is 11.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
My condition was
Great.
garbage.
So, and all of the polygon
Yeah.
creatures will go at the same time. So,
Oh, I see. Okay.
um,
So I'll just delete the other one then.
yeah. And here I can actually, let's see, Shift Z, show to them what
Oh,
this looks
wow.
like. Yeah, it's
Did you
this.
draw that?
Yeah. It's this little like
It's a
sort
monster.
of paper creature with these 6 sort of eye-like symbols inked onto the front of it. And to start off, we have Lamb. At the beginning of combat, you get to decide if you want to be in the front area or the back area. Let me give you all control of your tokens. Let's attach this to Lamb. Save changes. Attach this one to... I'm assuming Lamb's going to go to the front area, right?
Oh, yeah, 110%.
Yeah, so you can just go ahead and move. This is Mule. Save changes. And then Hecla.
Definitely running up to the front, in front of Lamb, being like, "Oh, be careful."
I'm staying back.
All right, so Hecla, go ahead and move yourself to the front.
I can't seem to grab that token for some reason.
You should be able to now.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I didn't save. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, no worries. I'll keep trying until it moves.
Roll 20. Do the thing.
Come on, roll
I
20.
click on the
do
thing.
this?
I click on the name.
20, why you do this to us?
There we go. Now
There
I
we
click
go.
save
There
changes.
she goes.
Jesus. All right.
Rude.
So, let's see. Lamb, go first. What would you like to do?
I want to pick up the big rock and hit.
Okay, so using an item, I believe, is an action. So the combat actions, I think you only start with 3, and then you can learn some more once you level up.
Okay.
So combat actions, more than 3. You have movement, which is just moving from one area to another. So from your front to the back area. Magic, any spell with casting time of normal can be used as an action. Assess the situation. By re-examining the situation around them, your character may change your stance. You may then roll a new initiative check and use from the start of the next round. If the new initiative check result is lower than the previous roll, take the higher of the two. You can defend, focus completely on defense, which whenever you take damage, the damage you receive is reduced by 1, and you can attack. Use an item. Character may use an item if the GM decides it is usable in 10 seconds or less. Character may also switch weapons, or using an item does a specific thing, doesn't it?
I have a question about our camping and our health points.
Yes.
Did
Your
we...
HP should be at full now, because
Okay.
you spent the night in the tavern.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So HP MP should be recovered, right?
Yes.
Curse.
Cool.
Yep.
You are cursed, so you have your -1 to all stats on both of you, but objects.
The
here we go.
objects give some kind of bonus, like a +1 or something.
So I'm unarmed as far as my weapons go.
Yeah, when a player describes a way in which their character uses an object during an attack, their accuracy check receives a +1 bonus. The object that was used is then erased and can no longer be used.
Okay, that works for me. I would like to use the rock,
Okay.
and I would like to chuck it at the dragon.
Okay. So the dragon's up in melee. They're up in the front area, so
Yeah.
you can throw it or you can hit them. Use the big
Either
rock.
way.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna use that big rock.
make an accuracy check with +1.
Okay. 7.
A 7 does beat their initiative of 5, so that hits.
Okay.
And then roll damage for your unarmed.
Uh-oh. I have a -2 to this, everybody.
Hmm.
2.
Okay, I think there's a minimum of 1, but it does have an armor of 3, so you deal no damage.
Oh,
This it adds in the -2 already to that.
Oh, okay, but it's reduced completely by the armor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately. Hecla,
You know, I hit it.
you did. You threw a rock at it. This dragon is like sort of almost rocky in shape, but there are spaces between its like armor plates where steam is spraying out. And Hecla, it is your turn.
Okay. So Hecla kind of runs ahead. And says, "I don't like the looks of this," and she pulls her big hammer out and just shouts. And she just goes beast mode now. "Lamb, duck!" And she's gonna swing her hammer over your head.
Yeah.
And
Goes Thor on this shit.
yeah, I think she's gonna attack one of the little ones first
Okay.
because they look like they'll be easier to sort of smush really quickly.
All right, go ahead and
so I
roll
roll-
accuracy.
Yeah. And that
Oh,
is-
a moat. I see now.
Oh yeah, I didn't do an item, but maybe next time.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Where is accuracy?
I don't know.
Tracking, stealth, dodge, perception, delicate.
It should be wherever the weapon stuff is, I assume.
It's in inventory.
It's in inventory? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I would
With your
never have found it
weapon.
then. Oh, I see. Accuracy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Because it depends on the weapon. Ooh, that's
Ooh,
a 2. What's their initiative is 4, so no, you do not hit.
Jeez.
You bring this thing down, and I think you do hit it, and you flatten it, but then when you lift the hammer, it just peels up off the ground.
Yeah,
Ah.
cool.
And it is the dragon's turn.
Uh-oh, mama.
The dragon, boom, boom, plants its feet, and then it roars, and this like huge cloud of steam comes out of it, and it's going to use its special ability. It deals 4 damage to all areas.
Oh.
Oh no.
Jeez.
So
Oh.
I
Are we gonna
died.
die in the first session?
everyone takes 4 damage. Is that how much HP? That can't be how much HP you have. It's based on your strength,
I was
isn't it?
kidding.
Okay.
I'm down by half.
I died. No, I have 12 HP.
And then it's going to attack because that doesn't take its action.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Isn't that neat that the monster can do that? Isn't that so cool? Yeah. So its second ability is going to be, what's the accuracy? It's D8 plus D4, and it's going to attack Hecla because she's big. So I'm gonna slash R 1d4 plus 1d8. Thank you, by the way, Katie. And I think that's attack right. Yeah. Okay, so a 6. Does that beat your initiative? I think
Who are
that
you targeting?
Hecla. Yeah, that is your initiative.
That is my initiative.
So that hits.
It does hit.
Unfortunately, you are going to take 1d8 of damage.
Oh my goodness. Okay. No worries.
So
I am the tank.
it steps forward after sending out the steam and just swipes with its rocky claws and cuts into your shoulder.
Oh man. Yeah.
It is Mule's turn.
Okay. Mule is gonna stay far away from all of this. And pop open the book, flip to a page, start waving his hands to cast a little bit of magic.
All right, what are you casting?
Going to cast one of his incantation spells. As soon as I find, there's my magic check. He's going to cast. Sorry, I have to grab the spell list. Shooting Star.
All right.
Which he'll cast it at one of those little papery jerks because it looks like they might burn.
Okay, and that just does damage, right?
It is roll 1 spirit die and deals damage to the target equal to that amount. So I need to roll a magic check though to, I guess, ensure that it hits.
Is that how it works?
I think so. Let me see.
I think you've probably read more of the magic section than I have.
Yeah. So roll the magic check, which is in spirit. 2 ones
Gotcha.
or roll the
Right.
spell fails.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's success.
Okay.
So let's just make sure I don't completely fumble this.
You didn't roll 2 1s.
That's true. Okay, so he's waving his hands and glowing, burning energy starts to formulate around his fingers, and he says, "Fly forth and burn, shooting star!" And a shooting star launches forth from his fingertips, fireball style, at one of those creatures. And I will roll some spiritness as I find my stats and figure out how to do that. What? I'm at like a D6 right now, I think. Hey. So 6 damage.
Wow, yeah. You're like fire. Does it like come from the ceiling or does it come out of your hand?
I'm just picturing it kind of like little golden motes of light just sort of swirling into his fingertips, and then he launches it like a little comet.
Cool.
Yeah, and like this creature gets hit, and we get the like. I just want to say I love how anime does special effects. It's always so cool. There's like it pushes back and then just sort of sits there for a moment and then is disintegrated, and it's dead. One of them is gone.
Sweet.
And now it is their turn. One of them is going to attack Hecla. So that's a D4 /R, 1d4 plus 1d4. 3 does not hit.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are going to attack Lamb. So does a 7 hit?
Nope.
I guess my shove. No, it doesn't.
And no. Yeah, so these things are like reaching their arms out, and like when their arms go forward, they stretch out, and there's like this rattling sound, like paper flapping. And I think as one of them goes past you, you see like one of your locks of hair get hit, and it just snips off as the arm of this creature cuts it. But you take no damage, and we come back around the top to your turn.
Nice, Lamb. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lamb, the box in your pack is rattling.
She takes it out.
It's time for Lamb magic.
Oh no.
Okay, I will say if you're going to open the box and whatnot, that's going to be your action for the round. Are you okay with that?
That's totally fine. Yes, I'm totally fine with that.
So you pull out the box and you're fiddling with it. You're trying to get it open.
She's staring at Mule the whole time.
Hecla, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think she gets distracted for a moment by Lamb reaching into the box, and then she hears the screech of one of them and turns back around, and she just goes to pummel another one with the hammer. Hopefully she'll actually do a little bit of damage on another one of these paper polygon things. So I'm gonna attack with the hammer. Nope.
At 3, no. Yeah, so I think the same thing happens. You're like trying to squish these fuckers, but
if she like tries a few times and she's like, it's not working, and she gets frustrated. Yeah.
Okay. And oh god, then it's the dragon's turn.
Oh shit. Oh no.
So the dragon is going to it roars and this like billow of steam comes out of its mouth, and then it leans forward and bites at Hecla. It's a D8 plus D4. A 5 does not hit, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it bites out, and I think you like just put the handle of your hammer into its mouth.
In its mouth, yeah.
And you're just holding it off.
Yep.
Mule, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay.
Just struggling with it.
As dearly as I would love to do damage, I'm gonna heal myself because one more good hit and I'm toast. So Mule's gonna pat himself on the back and heal himself a little. Using Cure Touch.
Okay.
So flip to another page in the book. And roll a magic check. As soon as I can get my character sheet back up. And hope I don't flub it.
What do you get on a crit?
Oh,
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Do you get something on a crit?
You get critical success.
Does it
something,
not cost you MP or something?
I don't know. Let me
Is it a general magic thing or is it a buy spell?
It's like a general skill check thing, I think.
Okay. Let's see.
Skill check.
Invoking magic.
Critical success. Represents for whatever. It doesn't really say what a critical success does.
I mean, for some skills, it really matters.
Yeah.
Spend the required.
I mean, I guess I just am really good at healing myself.
Spectacular success.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
fully heal, or
I was gonna say, could we just say it goes for max?
yeah,
heal?
I'll let you heal max for sure.
Okay. Let me get back to magic. So sorry, magic is all over the place, and I have to find all the things, guys. So I just need. It would be like the max of what my int die would be, or is,
Which is a
so,
D6 right now.
Yes.
So yeah, you heal 6.
All right. You guys hear him kind of mutter something to himself as the whitish healing light kind of suffuses into his body. And I'm
all right.
gonna heal myself, and I will hang out back here because it's safer.
I feel.
Safe, yeah. And then it's
Safe.
polygon creatures. All right. They have D4 to hit. So again, 2 of them are going to attack Lamb, and 2 are going to attack Hecla. So let's start with the Lamb attacks this time.
Nope.
5 doesn't do it.
Nope.
Ah, got the 4 too. All right, and then
Dodge.
the third one reaches out, and yeah, you've got the handle of your hammer in this thing's mouth, and then you just move the head of the hammer into the way, like you twist the dragon to the side, and move the hammer in the way of the attack from this little spirit creature.
Cool.
And Lamb, it's your turn. You fumble with the box for a moment, and then you pop it open, and this the amulet is glowing.
Yep, she grabs it.
You grab it, and there's a course of power. Like the room just gets quiet for a moment. I think in our anime, all audio cuts, and we just see this pulse of energy go up your arm. And then everyone in the room, like your hair is blown back by this burst of energy coming from the medallion. And as you hold it forward, these little like the scales on the dragon start like peeling back. All 3 of the spirits in front of you dissipate and are incinerated by the light off this medallion. And then the rocky slabs on the dragon fly off and are similarly disintegrated, and all that's left is this smoky, watery, bubbling hot water dragon. And the medallion goes dark, and the dragon looks around, like it lets go of your hammer, Hecla, and it looks around, and then it looks down at you, Lamb, and it leans forward, and it puts its forehead against yours, and then it sinks into the hot spring and is gone.
And she just turns and looks at Mule like,
Lamb, you have magic.
I tried to tell you. I have magic now.
And Hecla kind of picks you up and starts dancing around with you. You have magic.
We have to be careful with it though, because this is my conduit. This is what helps me channel my magic. And she carefully puts the amulet back in the box and closes the box.
Well,
and
I
tucks
guess
it back into her bag.
I guess it's only going to work as long as we have that. So make sure you keep it safe until we have arrived at our destination and can deposit it where it belongs.
I will keep it safe.
Mhm.
Thank you.
What do you do?
Nice job.
So don't you owe me an apology? talking
Yes.
about how you said I didn't have magic?
No, no.
I just saved all of us, so
Yeah, good job. We should go tell the Baroness. Turn and leave.
Mama, what am I gonna do?
I know, Lamb, I know. He'll come around, don't worry.
I think he likes us.
I think so too. Summer deep down.
You go to the Baroness's, and Leo is pacing out in front of the gate, back and forth, sort of wringing his hands.
Leo.
Oh, hello. You didn't come back, so I just thought I'd he like looks nervously up at the house. Nothing.
You thought you'd just come see the Baroness. We know everything.
Well-
We fixed your spring for you. You're welcome.
Did you?
Free of charge.
Well, there was some kind of something in there. We took care of it.
We were just coming to tell the Baroness you should come in with us. I think she really misses you.
No, I don't think that's a
No,
You
good
should
idea.
come in. You two
I think
should
you should
talk.
come in. I think
Um,
you guys should have a conversation, an honest conversation. Remember what we
Come
said
on,
about
Leo.
putting the
You'll-
cards on
do you
the
just like
table?
you'll just push him in? Okay, yeah.
Heckle's gonna push him.
He can't overpower you, so yes,
Yeah.
you
Frank, honest conversation.
you go into the Baroness's the Baroness's chambers, and she's still there, leaning and looking out the window. She hears
Look
the
who we
door open.
brought.
Oh,
Baroness.
Leo.
Little pat on the back, on Leo's back.
And Lamb just got him like around the shoulder, like, look who we brought for you.
Hi, Sarah. Hello. Hello, Leo. I'm so sorry. For what? You haven't done anything wrong. But I have. I let some sort of sorcerer cast a curse on this town. All because
Lamb's freaking out in the background, like,
I just... When I found out that... You know... I just
Out
knew...
with it.
Should we leave you
Mama!
alone?
I just knew how important children were to you. And so I couldn't force you to live your life without them.
she's gripping Mama. Gripping everyone.
Sarah, no, I mean, yes, I wanted children, but I wanted... It wasn't the children, it was you. There are so many different kinds of adventures we could have together, and that was only one of them.
Shush.
And I think they both like exchange some kind of a look, and then
Hug it out.
the Baroness looks at each of you. Thank you so much. I don't know that I could ever repay you, but
It's
perhaps
free of charge.
perhaps. And she like goes to the side table and opens a drawer and pulls out a pouch.
Neil goes
Please,
to take it.
if
No. It
the
was free of charge.
merchants here, we sell fine perfumes that I'm sure, she looks at you, Hecla, you would be able to find markets for along your travels.
It would be my honor. I'm looking to take treasures across this world. It would be my honor to take that.
Thank you so much. All of you.
Of course, think nothing of it.
Well, like in the future, if a guy comes and he looks a little spooky, don't take him to the springs. Just say, keep on going. Go to the next town. We don't want your kind here. Any of those phrases will probably send him right on his way.
I'll keep that in mind.
Also, you guys should learn to talk to each other. Just get it all out there.
No, you
think
said that speech already.
We maybe have some things to work on.
You guys are going to be great. You're a super cute couple. You look great together.
They both like look at each other out of the corner of their eyes and blush.
Have a wonderful relationship together.
You too, says Leo. And he like gestures in between you and Lamb.
And
I
we're
think
gonna have a great relationship together.
I think with that we cut to credits.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And that's our first session. There are going to be 2 more sessions of Ryoko Seo. Specifically, we'll be doing these on alternating Saturdays. So the next episode of this will be on the 31st. Did I math correctly? Nope, 28th.
Yeah, 28th.
There we go. I can do that. We will be back with this in 2 weeks. We will be back next week. Some of us, Summer specifically, will be back for the next episode of Fun Shots. So Fun Shots is every weekend, but our multi-session shows will be happening on alternating weekends. Jesus Christ. Okay, now that we're not in the middle of a session, can I just say thank you, everyone who has been exploding chat with bits. Holy fuck.
So many bits.
That's a lot of scrolling I have to do to find the beginning.
I'm gonna have some choice words from Katie later.
Yeah, thank you, Summer. Thank you, Summer, who should have been playing a game, but thank you so much for being generous. Thank you, Katie.
Look, you got a raid.
Jesus Christ, a raid.
Great, thanks,
Thank you, Katie, for the bits. Thank you, Danny, for the bits. Thank you, Corporal Griffin, for the bits as well. Thank you, Exploding Dice, for the host right at the end. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
So good.
So I guess, especially since we just got rated, I'll give a little bit of a spiel.
Can we not have a post-credit scene?
Yeah, we can have a post-credit scene as the 3 of you are headed out on the road toward your next town. What would you like that to be?
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh,
Probably these 2 bickering at each other some more. And Neil being patently embarrassed by the fact that somebody assumed he had a relationship with this weird girl.
Yeah, I think Lamb is like, so when are you gonna ask me out?
Never, ever.
Oh,
never.
You 2 would be so cute together.
No.
I think so.
No.
Think about it, Mule.
I think
you
keep
about it.
Wait, Mule,
Like
you keep saying no over and over again, and no like leans over right into your face and it's like, nah.
Not you too.
See, even No thinks it's a great idea. We should go on a date.
Has anyone seen Moo Moo?
It's somewhere off in the field.
Cut.
All right.
Yeah.
So this show has been Fun Shots Ryoko Seo, aka Travel, if you don't speak Japanese, which I technically don't, but my roommate is Japanese and very kindly helped me with this. So big shout out to my roommate Ayaka for helping me with all the Japanese bullshit for this game. Big shout out also to Jess for the character art that you're seeing on screen right now. She did a
Incredible.
fantastic,
So good.
So
beautiful job.
So good.
With all 3 of these. And also there's another character that she did art for that you will see eventually. We will be back in 2 weeks with episode 2 of this. We'll be back next weekend with episode 2 of Fun Shots, but not Travel, for Crimson Sun, which will be a one-shot in the Heroines of the First Age system featuring Summer. Summer's going to be back. Get used to her. She's going to be around a lot.
A lot.
You're on like 4 of the 6 shows. And I also, so that's going to be a thing. Summer and Gru Moon from Twitter, and Janaya also from Twitter. And yeah, let's do some shout outs so that I can like let my brain work for a second. So starting with the lovely player of Lamb, Summer, say a little bit about who you are, where people can find you on the internet, and what you're doing this week.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Summer. I run Off the Table here on Twitch, off_the table. We run a lot of different systems, have a lot of players, a lot of GMs. It's just so much fun. We are wrapping up our season right now. We're doing our season finales of Pathfinder, our season finale of Polaris, and we just finished our season finale of Monster Hearts. We've got just so much good stuff. So we're about to release characters or signups to play in our games for season 4. So if you're interested, we stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have games basically happening on all of those slots. Thursdays, we do a DM advice show. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just follow me on Twitter at Just a Summer Job, or follow our like main Twitter off_the table to figure out everything that's going on. And I just want to say, I had really high hopes for this game, and it just exceeded all of my expectations. It was so much fun. You guys are wonderful, lovely, amazing, funny, just so talented. And I cannot wait until the next session. Literally can't wait. I'm gonna just be dying about it until we get to play again.
Not gonna lie, I kind of wish it were next week, but
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also excited. I'm excited for next week too, because the character's just like night and day different. But
Cool.
yeah.
I just want to do this again so bad.
All right, and Jess.
Sure. I am Jessica, or Joe. You'll hear all of them on the interwebs. I'm Little Cup of Joe at Twitter. I do art. I do voice acting. You can hire or pay me to do either of those things. I am also GM for the Wishmakers, which has its own Twitter at _Wishmakers, and a companion Twitch. It is a D&D 5e super duper home brewed stream wherein I lead a bunch of characters through this homebrew crazy D&D mashup fairy tale world, and it is kind of weird, but it's fun. And I did the character art, and this show is amazing.
Yes!
And this was the most fun. I can't even. I need more of it.
I know.
I need more of it. And also, like, wow, Ryutama as an engine is great.
I love it. I'm so glad we're playing it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm sorry, for personal notes, was that all on day 4?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Jeez, what a long day we had.
I need to finish my journal.
Yeah, that day was, or those last day and a half was 4 pages of events. So,
man,
yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So we spent some of day 3 and day 4 in Snowdrop Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, and Joel.
Hi, I'm Jolio, or Joel, or Jolie, whatever you want to call me. Joliolio on Twitter. I make art. I make a lot of music. I'm making music for a show that's coming up on Monday. It's the first one that I get to do, where I'm GMing a hack of Fate Core, set in a world of folklore and fairy tale. We're going to be playing with ideas of like propaganda and misinformation, and how that bleeds into the idea of like superstition and folklore. Yeah, it's going to be character driven, social intrigue. I'm super excited for that on Monday. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can also follow Pen and Paper Pals as well on Twitter. That's the name of the channel that it will be running on, or twitch.tv/penpaperpals. And yeah, that's on Monday. And I had so much fun tonight. Yeah, I think these characters are amazing, and I love our relationships that are forming. They're so cute. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
And yeah, I am Dylan. Hello, this is my channel. I am also known as Anarses. I am a graphic designer, game designer, fantasy cartographer, DM, game stream. I do a lot of shit, okay? You can follow me on Twitter at Anarses. You can also check out my Patreon, where I make fantasy maps and portrait token borders over on patreon.com/Anarses. I've got a YouTube where the recordings for these shows go up, which is youtube.com. I'm Anarses everywhere, okay?
We all got our
And-
branding pretty solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then so we've got this going every Saturday, fun shots, and then on Tuesday I have my other show, which is an Adventurers League Tomb of Annihilation game with Sir Lucian, PB Plays Inside, and Nomadic. We are going into episode 7 of that, I think, this week. The tone of that game is much different. This was nice and light and airy. The League Tomb of Annihilation is dark and horrible, but it's really good. So if you're looking for some Adventurers League content that isn't just crunch, like we've got a lot of narrative focus going on in there. I think we've got a good balance of the Adventurers League follow the rules stuff and some more narrative driven story elements that help keep it interesting and engaging. And there's some direct audience participation with y'all get to rules lawyer us all you want, and chat is also responsible for inspiration. So if that interests you, definitely check that out. But good God, I think that's all I have to say. And if I missed a thing, oh well. Check out my links on the web pages. Most of all, thank you all so much for tonight. Thank all three of you for coming and playing this with me. As I've mentioned before, I've wanted to play this game for over 2 years, and I don't know that I could have paid for a better cast than this. You all are fantastic. This has been so much fun. And
Such a delight.
thank you so much to chat for
Awesome chat tonight.
Yes.
for
You
for
guys are
chatting up a storm, and also for all of the bits. Jesus fucking Christ.
Crazy.
Raining.
We love you.
And
Mwah.
of course, thank you, Exploding Dice, for the raid at the end there. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.